for yourself. That's Sacramento, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. It's the place where a handshake still means something.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, specialty vehicles and diesel are extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for the wrap-up the year sales events?
Well, you have a choice to make. Save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs, or save thousands with 0% financing for 72 months. It's savings your way at Hoblet, not to mention all the savings at the pump with 56 MPGE.
Ooh, those are really nice Jeeps. You can't beat that mileage.
The Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE models after $12,250 factory and federal rebates and $4,750 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders, $3,750 federal EV tax credit. Consult a tax professional for details. 0% for 72 months available in place of $7,500 consumer cash. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. $1,389 per thousand borrowed. 5 of the set savings. Sample VIN 681180. See dealer for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drape on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drape.
All is right in the world. That's what happens when the Sacramento Kings win a game and snap a 6-game losing streak. The beam is lit. It was like New Year's Eve, a day early, out at Golden One Center last night as the Kings beat the Dallas Mavericks 110-100. It's your boy Drapes holding it down. Kevin Whitey Gleason off again today. He'll be back on Thursday. Got my man Jay Johnson behind the boards. Jay, I know it's a big day, man, New Year's Eve. You probably got your 3-piece suit hanging up in the car or something. As soon as we're done at 6, you're going to change up and get ready and everything. Your boy, man, hey.
Call me Superman.
Hey, what you see right here is what you get. This is what I'm rocking all day and night, man.
That's not it.
I ain't moving in the streets. I ain't out there like that, Jay.
That's not – first of all, I don't believe it. As they say, I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I got the Superman and not in the car. I got to go home for sure.
Okay.
And dip that out. By the way, remind me, I got to send you that information.
Yes.
Behind closed doors.
Yes.
So you have the address and all that good stuff. Everything is good. I feel good. It's Tuesday. We moving into 2025. It's a blessing to be here. You know, we start there, and when you get to walk outside the arena, which bad job by me, real quick, because
why? What happened?
The way the Kings have been playing, I shouldn't be taking wins for granted. And when I left the arena last night, I didn't even look up to see the beam.
What?
Nah, dog, I didn't.
Dude, it's been like 3 weeks or 2 weeks since we seen that thing.
I just walked out. I guess I was, clicking my heels like I was on the yellow brick road or something, and didn't even look behind me.
Yeah, I looked at the beam a couple of times when I drove out, got on the freeway. I looked to the left, saw it, pointed it out to the kids. They're like, we don't see it. We missed it. And then I get on 50, and I'm like, over there, kids. And so I got a long, hard look at that thing. It had been a while. As a matter of fact, Jay, this is how amped up I was after last night's game.
Okay.
This is how, and we've been to hundreds of games, been to thousands of games. But last night was different. I left that arena, I had me, my daughter, my son, and his friend in the car with me.
Okay.
And before I even pulled out the garage, I had to turn something up. My boy Young Zell.
Okay.
Because it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And I should have videotaped this. I should have had the content team ready with this one. But we rolled out the garage, blasting Light the Beam.
Yeah.
Had the purple interior going and the Mercedes-Benz from Stockton. Shout out Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It was like a vibe, man. It was like a party feeling inside the arena and out. And, yeah. Yes. Shout out to Young Zell. Woo, and the kids, they never heard the song.
What?
Yeah.
Bad job by you.
I know, bad.
Bro, what?
You're right.
What?
You're right. Bad job. I'm telling on myself.
They must still be Celtic fans.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They are big
understandable.
Celtics.
You've got a decade and change.
Yeah.
They were born were they born that way? Was Quinn born that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was born that way.
Okay.
And then my ex, my wife, she's still a diehard Celtics.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put her business out there, Jay. It's because I'm trying to give you some context here, big
Okay,
fella.
I don't know if she want her business out there,
but
though.
you know me, my life's open book. I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the Draper world. She got a new house and everything. Helped to get that. Got her settled in. Want to make her feel good. Her Wi-Fi password.
Yep.
Her Wi-Fi is Boston Celtics.
Oh.
And the password has something to do with the Celtics. And I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, see, I don't know if I
signing
can
them checks, kid.
Yeah, man, I'd have to use my own hotspot over at that household.
Right. I didn't even ask for the pad. I'm like, I ain't even trying to join it.
Stuff.
Yeah, I just use my own thing. So yeah, the kids are. And no, you're right. Bad job by me. I haven't told them about my boy Young Zell, but they up on it now. They're like, it's a song by called Light the Beam, and I'm like, hell yeah. And so that's how it was last night, man. I thought last night, and a lot of people are going to say, well, the Dallas Mavericks were without Luka and Kyrie. And as Doug said, it's really not about the opponent. It's about Sacramento. It's about the Kings. It's about finding a way to win. And they won 110-100. That second half, to me, was a masterclass in how they need to play. And I got Drapes takes coming up next segment. I'll get into that. But going down 18 in the first quarter, I don't know if the players felt it, but I sure felt it in that crowd. Jay, you were out there. It was like, here we go again. Damn, here we go again.
Definitely early on, yeah.
But something changed after that, Jay. Something changed. And we're going to talk about the second half, but it changed in the second quarter. That Keon Ellis buzzer beater at the end of one, that sort of gave a little bit of a spark. And I'm looking at the numbers here, and I wanted to do my Whitey Gleason and print out the box scores, but I forgot to today. I didn't have time to. But I'm looking at defensively what the Kings were able to do the last three quarters. 23 points for the Mavericks in the second.
17 points for the Mavericks in the third, 23 points for the Mavericks in the fourth. And people are going to say, well, it was without Kyrie, Luka, and all them. But here's the thing. No matter who's playing, these are NBA guys. PJ Washington is a good player.
Spencer, that dude couldn't miss.
That dude couldn't miss to start the game.
Spencer couldn't miss.
Spencer couldn't miss. But I'm listening to people on social media and everything. Oh, you only beat the Mavericks because they were. Dog. Somebody had to score points for the Mavericks. There was going to be somebody that was going to get 25. You can't hold everybody on an NBA team to 10 to 15 and win a game 130 to 54. That wasn't going to happen last night. So the fact that Spencer Dinwiddie had 30, the fact that PJ Washington had 28, these guys are good players and they can average 20 to 25 a night. But they got Kyrie and Luka, so they're not asked to do that. Last night they were asked to be great offensively, and they were. But then second half is where the Kings really turned off their water. Talked about PJ Washington and his 28 points. He had 21 in the first half.
Yeah, man. 19 in the first quarter.
First quarter.
He had as many points. I looked up and I said, wait a minute. There was one point. The Kings had 19 points and he had 19 points. And Keon was shooting free throws. And I said, thank the Lord. Get off that, and I believe Keon went 1 for 2 at that time. But yeah, there was a point in time he had 19 and the Kings had 19.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I was on the call and I was like, and I wanted to say it. I wanted to be like PJ Washington 19, Sacramento 19, but I'm like, nah, it's the hometown team. I don't want to point out the obvious right there. But something changed. Second quarter, but mostly second half. And when I watched this Sacramento Kings team, I mentioned about the blueprint on how they need to play. I'm going to say this, Jay. We don't have LeBron James walking through that door. We don't have Kevin Durant or Steph Curry walking through that door. We got some really good players. We got some great players. But we can't just expect to show up and just beat a team based on talent alone. We got to get it from the mud. Doug Christie, shout out to Doug on picking up his first win as interim coach this season. Doug Christie talked to the players and mentioned it in the media. He wants the team to play so hard that they got to beg to ask out of the game. They got to say, Coach, I'm gassed. Get me out of there. And I thought that's what we saw in the second half with this Sacramento Kings team. Look at the minutes distribution. DeMar DeRozan just 9 minutes in the second half. Domas, just 15 minutes in the second half. De'Aaron Fox, 16 minutes in the second half. Doug relied on the bench in clutch moments. Keon Ellis got some major run, I thought, in that fourth quarter. Kevin Huerter, everybody going to be like, well, Drapes, he only hit one shot. Kevin Huerter did so much more than what the box score indicates. And that's what I'm talking about, the eye test, ladies and gentlemen. When you watch this Sacramento Kings team, don't wake up the next day, look at the box score and say, man, Keegan Murray only had 4 points. He struggled. Keegan was massive, I thought, in that second half. Crashing the boards, keeping the ball alive, giving us a second chance opportunity. We had 18 offensive rebounds. Like, that's how we got to be. We got to be scrappy. We almost got to be like the Little Rascals, the squad that nobody believes in, the squad that nobody thinks can do anything. We got to put that chip on our shoulder and play like that every single night. And I feel like we saw a glimpse of that in the second half. If I'm Coach Doug, Jay, and all those guys, Luke, I'm showing film in the second half. I don't need to go over the defensive mistakes in the first quarter. That was plain as day. Everybody knows that. But where this team is at right now, it's about building them up and showing them what they're doing right instead of beating them down about what they're doing wrong. Coming up in a second, I got Drapes takes. I'm going to react to last night's game. Of course, we got to talk about the 49ers coming up at 3 o'clock. Our guy Rod Brooks our 49ers analyst. He's going to join us at 3:30 to talk about what happened last night and Brock Purdy moving forward. Plus, we'll take your calls, 916-339-1140. It's the Drive Guys here on Sactown Sports 1140.
All guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Rock the Bells presents LL Cool J. Live in concert. LL Cool J. Saturday, January 18th. The venue at Thunder Valley with DJ C-Trip. LL Cool J. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss LL Cool J live. Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Back here, Drapes and Jay on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140. We got open phone lines, 916-339-1140. That's how you can talk to us, or also on the text line or on the YouTube chat as well, Sactown Sports 1140. Shout out to our guy Compio, friend of show. Compio played I think he played 9 holes this morning to golf, had 3 birdies and a bogey. Not bad, Compio. What you shoot, man? Gotta be about a 37, I would say, 38 at the worst, 34, 35. What you got, Compio? Also, people weighing in on what I said about Keegan Murray, Russell, Drapes. Keegan was awful. He got cooked on defense and missed like 3 wide open threes. That's what I'm talking about, Jay. You can't look at the results, whether you make or miss a shot, to determine whether you played well or not. Did he get beat a few times? Sure. But when it came down to it, late in the game, he made some impressive plays hustling-wise, getting dirty, diving on the floor, coming up with rebounds. Like, if you think anybody played awful last night, you weren't watching the game, because I thought everybody at a given point did something to help out this team. Alex Lynn, Trey Lyles, you know I'm going to get into him in just a minute. Even Kevin Huerter, who was 1 for 5, but his defense, his compete level, it was off the charts. And that's what we need to focus on, Kings. You got to understand, when you lose 6 games in a row, you'll take any victory you can get, big or small. And I'm talking about even if it's inside the game, diving for a loose ball, coming up with deflections, getting 18 offensive rebounds, coming up with 8 steals last night. Like, this team needs all the good vibes it can get, and especially in that second half, they got it. We're going to get to the phones coming up in just a minute, 916-339-1140. But, Jay, right now, it is time for Drapes Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
All right, Kings fans, I got to start off by talking about my guy, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox last night, I got the box score right here, 33 points,
6 assists, 6 rebounds. But I don't care about that when it comes to De'Aaron Fox. This guy has been in the news. People have taken shots at him. Social media has been coming at him. The media has been coming at him. The De'Aaron Fox I saw last night looked like, to me, a De'Aaron Fox that cared, that laid it all on the line. I'll say this, De'Aaron ain't perfect. A couple of times he gambled, and I'm like, no, dude, just play straight up. Don't go for the home run. But the effort was there with De'Aaron. And in the third quarter, when he got the technical foul, when he was upset, that showed me he cared. That showed me, you know what? Things ain't going right, and we tired of it. That's what I saw last night from De'Aaron Fox. And, Jay, you and I were talking about it off air. De'Aaron Fox can score at any time. I thought last night his offensive game was perfect, meaning he didn't have to break a sweat. He didn't have to work extra super duper hard. It looked easy for him last night. 33 points on 13 of 23. If there's any question who our franchise player is, that was answered last night. To me, this team goes as De'Aaron Fox goes, Jay. Just like the Lakers go as LeBron, the Mavs go as Luka, Donovan Mitchell with the Cavs, Jokic with the Nuggets, De'Aaron Fox is our guy. And here's the thing. He's so good, and shout out to Mike Brown, because Mike Brown points this out, and Doug Christie as well. We can't let De'Aaron off the hook, meaning we need you every night, big fella. Same thing I said to Katie. Like, if you want to be that dude, you got to bring it every single night because he can do it. And I think that's what Mike was trying to get out of him. I think that's what Doug is trying to get out of him. And we know we got it, and we saw it last night from De'Aaron Fox. There's an old saying, the head of a snake. De'Aaron Fox is the head of our snake. I've said it before. We go as he goes because he's that good, Jay.
Yeah.
He could get his at any given time.
Any given time. I sitting there and one thing real quick is I thought De'Aaron showed the type of attitude, the type of substance, the type of frustration at that point, in the game where he got teed up. There's some ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah.
He had to get, removed from the game by Coach Christie to calm him down. Sometimes it takes that. And I know there's the old basketball coach out there who doesn't want the fiery guy and all that type of stuff. But that's long gone in my opinion. Like, you need a fiery person to get some things done. And I thought that was one of the, not one of the first times, because we've seen that before, but I think it shouldn't have to take that, meaning ticky-tack fouls, some things don't go your way to get you into that type of atmosphere, the type of mode. Right. You have to, and this is where the great, and people always say Mamba mentality, this is where you have to conjure that up inside some kind of way. You've got to create that type of attitude moving forward. And I would love to see that with De'Aaron. And I think that's part of the problem with people, his naysayers. People believe he can't conjure that up every single game when need be.
But let me ask you, Jay, because I hear that, but it doesn't always have to be De'Aaron get downhill looking to score.
No.
Like, I need to feel De'Aaron throughout the game. It could be cranking up on the defensive end.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Being a lockdown defender. The thing about star players, you always know when they're on the floor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And De'Aaron, we talking about LeBron, Jokic, and all that. He can't have 3-4 possessions in a row where he's just
they're lulls.
A normal guy.
Yeah, they're lulls in the game where you forget that he is an ascending star in this league.
Right.
And to, people just for whatever reason, Drapes, people look at the money, and I get it. When you look at how much of the pie goes to one person, unfortunately, that's the way we grade upon how that person is supposed to play.
Right.
Right. And so with De'Aaron and DeMontis, being those guys, making the blame, not the blame pie, but making so much of a pie that, they the big dogs at the table.
Yes.
So they have to operate and act like the big dogs at the table. And
at all times.
Right? That's off the court, in game, off, outside of the game, on the plane, when you're not on the plane, leadership. Sometimes you got to step back, be quiet, all these different things. And when it doesn't seem to go that way is when you start to get the naysayers from people who say, hey, you know what, man, I don't know if we want to pay this guy $300 million, even when it's not your money.
Right. We're going to talk about De'Aaron coming up in a minute because he did speak to the media after practice today. We're going to play some of that sound coming up. But my next take about last night, I got to give a shout out to the bench, man. I thought Keon Ellis and Trey Lyles were difference makers last night. I thought what they gave this team in terms of toughness, in terms of energy, in terms of effort, in terms of grit was much needed. Keon Ellis had a hell of a game, especially I thought in that second half. He hit the big shot at the end of the first quarter. We understand that. But in the second half, Keon Ellis played 11 minutes and change, had a couple of steals. He just was at the right place at the right time last night defensively. There's been some talk about maybe he might fall asleep on a possession here or there. I thought he was locked in the entire game. I thought him on the defensive end, guarding his man, but also his help defense was impressive last night. And I'm going to throw in my guy, Trey Lyles, too. It's a couple of months ago, people were taking shots at Trey Lyles. Now, don't we see the value of Trey Lyles on this basketball team? Trey was phenomenal last night. 14 points? A couple of scows. He was fired up last night. That's what I need to see from Trey Lyles night in and night out. And I think you'll see the best of him going forward. Malik Monk talked about it. Joked that he's in shape now. He was fat before. But Trey's still trying to play his way into it. And now we're seeing the best version of Trey Lyles. 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. A plus 31 last night, Jay.
Dang, was it that
plus
much?
31 last night.
Didn't seem that way.
Yeah, when Trey was out there, good things happen. So when I look at our bench, yeah, you might want to upgrade a little bit, but I don't think it's as dire as everybody's made. If Trey is playing like that, if Keon is playing like that, if we get more scoring from Kevin Huerter, now you're talking about something. But I got to give our boy Doug Christie some credit as I move on to my next Drapes take. I thought Doug coached a hell of a game, man. And I'm not talking just from an X's and O's standpoint. I'll start with the X's and O's. Defensively, they change things up on the Mavs from time to time. Sometimes you come out, they're in a zone. I'm like, oh, snap. How about blitzing Spencer Dinwiddie and PJ? Those guys were cooking in that first half. Doug threw it was like the element of surprise was back again for the Sacramento Kings defensively. And this is something he's talked about behind the scenes with the players. In his first meeting, he talked about being more free to change up the defense on the fly, depending on where the game was. And Jay, we've talked time and time again about how a team takes on the identity of the coach. We saw last night a Doug Christie defense in that second half.
No doubt. I'll throw another one at you. You said blitzing Spencer Dinwiddie and PJ Washington, but definitely double teaming Spencer Dinwiddie, who was getting some things done. The other part that I really, really appreciated, and I'm not saying we didn't see this with Coach Brown at the helm, was the defense was extended closer towards half court than beyond the three-point arc.
Right.
Guys were picking up guys almost college-like. Yes. You saw Keon, you saw Malik, you saw De'Aaron a little bit, picking up guys 3/4 of the court, sometimes full court press. And it wasn't a hard full court press, but it's one of those things where it's making a guy work the entire length of the court.
Yes.
And so I really appreciate that. But I also saw a lot in the second half. You could definitely see the team picking up guys a little further away from the basket, a little further beyond the arc. closer to half court, closer to mid court. And so I thought that was something that we hadn't seen from the Kings in quite a while, especially when you got hounds like a Keon, especially when you got bloodhounds like De'Aaron, especially when you got quick and athletic guys like Malik. I thought that was something that we hadn't seen, and I really appreciated that yesterday.
Yeah, and there was a point in that game where the Mavericks inbounded the ball in the backcourt on the side, and Doug turns to his team and says, "Hey, who got this guy? How come we back on the other side of half court? Like, where are we at? We need to be up on this guy." And that's how you got to play, I think, night in and night out. Is everything solved and everything fine and dandy? No, not yet. But there were some encouraging signs I saw from our Sacramento Kings last night. And that's Drapes Takes Jay. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
All right, coming up next, we're going to jump to the phone lines, 916-339-1140. How are you feeling about our Sacramento Kings last night? Do you agree with me? I thought it was a total team effort. Forget the box score, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever stepped on that floor last night, especially among the top 9, I thought they played an instrumental part. I'll take your calls next. It's the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
You know, when it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door. And that's why I recommend National Garage Door, 638-4554. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE, it's broken spring experts. Styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of, and that's not good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're getting a new garage door. We're pretty happy about that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
The year-end sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. Get massive last-chance discounts on your favorite new Fords. Zero-down deals and low finance rates on approval of credit. Shop Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Since he's been back, he lost a lot of pounds. He was fat at the beginning of the year. Put on lost some of them LBs, and he's moving around now. So yeah, that's it. That just he just lost some pounds, and that's it.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Drapes and Jay holding it down on a Tuesday, last day of 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. listening to The Drive, guys. We're going to get to the phone lines here in a minute, 916-339-1140. But, man, Jay, I'm fired up, man. People getting me fired up.
Okay.
I'm I was
good
dragged.
way, bad way, in between.
No, it's in a bad way. It's in a
Okay, I
bad
got you.
because here's the thing, Jay. I was dragging this morning. I was like, man, it's nice outside. Campio out golfing, everybody out in the streets. And I got to come here for 4 hours today. We got a full show, dude.
Got that extended clip.
Yeah. But now I'm fired up because I'm looking at the text line. We're going to get to the phones here in a minute. Keep hanging on. From the 916, this show makes me laugh so hard. Thanks, guys. Only Drapes could use a game against the depleted Mavs team and draw all of these conclusions. Too funny. Keep it up, guys. We need the comedy. Somebody else. My God, Draper, you need to settle down, bro. I know it's New Year's Eve and all, and the Kings finally won a game, but the bottom line is the Mavericks were without their top 4 players. Chill, bruh. That's from Justin. Jay, the negativity in this town got to stop, big fella. It got to stop. I want to go Rick Pitino when he said, remember that Boston Celtics rant? When he said, Bird ain't walking through, Parrish ain't walking through that door. I feel like, and I'm going to go on a rant here for a minute before we get to the phone lines, 916-339-1140. I feel like anytime the Kings take a step forward or do something decent or whatever, there's a but about it.
Well, there is.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to feel like it. It is.
It's, and I'm looking at media members on social media last night during the game, clowning the team when they were down in the first quarter. Then when they go on a run and take the lead and they win the game, well, it was against Dallas. It was against shorthanded Dallas. The negativity has to stop, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying don't be critical, but damn, I can't be happy. Whoever texted in from the 916, were you in that building last night? Did you see, Jay, you were there. You felt the energy from that crowd.
I will say this, in the beginning and as it should, it was dry. It was dead.
Yeah.
It was sleepy.
Yeah.
It was like, people were looking around, you kind of hearing the whispers. And then once the team gave, the crowd a little something to be happy and cheer for, I thought they really jumped into it and, exemplified the fact of why we the best, fans out there.
Yes.
Solid crowd last night. I didn't happen to see the attendance. I have to look at the numbers to be completely honest, but I thought once, everyone woke up, it was time to go. I thought early on some of the foul calls, especially, and not to be that guy, but I really thought there was some ticky-tack stuff that was going on. It wasn't reciprocated on the other end. There was a couple instances where Domas was kind of punched around, kicked around, pushed around, which normal. It's nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to DeMontis. I thought the fact that De'Aaron kind of got fired up was about some ticky-tack stuff. I saw Keon, having to be blessed to be on the floor last night. I saw Keon kind of have a couple of little opportunities where he looked around. Coach Doug Christie, there were 3 or 4 times, Drapes. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a couple times where Doug grabbed the player, escorted him over to the bench, timeout, stoppage in play. He went right over to the official. I remember one distinctly. You could hear it because it was early on in the game, so it's not like we're telling secrets. He told one of the officials, hey, listen, the guy has to be planted on a blocking screen. You can't keep allowing these guys to come off screens and these guys not be planted. They're moving screens. Right. Yeah. And he kind of got one of the officials' tail, And so, I do. And to speak on that real quick, Drapes, you come from a standpoint of Boston Celtics, and you've done a great job of entrenching yourself here in Sacramento. I've said that 100 times, and kudos to you. There is something, and this is kind of what I talked about yesterday. There is something where, when you're the punching bag, when you've been beat on for so long, when you have taken losses, when it has been difficult, when you have had lulls, streaks of not making the playoffs, not being competitive, seeing guys come in and out of town, it's difficult, right? And so that's what I said kind of yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it a little more today. I get where you coming from, and I'm asking for your patience because Kings fans have to be reconditioned. We really do. Like, there is a point where Kings fans, like some of the people, Justin, I get what you're saying, but this is the other part. And I've said this 100 times. I've had the opportunity to work in Houston. I've had the opportunity to work in Los Angeles. I've had the opportunity to work at other national networks. Believe me, Drapes, and I know you can see. I know you because you've been at other places. Man, ain't nobody in LA, Houston, crying that they team beat a whooped Orlando Magic team. Ain't nobody crying. Oh, you know what? We beat a team that was shorthanded. Give me that team that's shorthanded.
Right.
Because guess what? As a team that's struggling, as a team that can't find wins, as a team that has taken a losing streak at home, as a team that has been constantly beat on this year and it's been frustrated as a fan, man, I'm taking anything and everything.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to be proud, Kings fans, of taking a whooping on the team because they best two guys was gone. And you could argue bet top four, whatever you want to, but they best two guys were gone. Hey, listen, line me up another 10 of those. Right. When Orlando plays and Franz Wagner and Mo Wagner, ain't nobody crying. Right. When LaMelo come here or doesn't come here and they hurt, I'm not crying he's not playing. I'm taking it. So Kings fans, let's start to recondition it. I think that's what you're saying, Drapes, and maybe I'm just trying to say it in a more pleasant way, because they jumping on my guy. But I'm taking a step back on the opposite side as a Kings fan, whatever. We have to be reconditioned, Drapes.
Right.
It's been a tough opportunity. I mean, a tough time here for the Kings. And when you smell opportunity, which happened 2 years ago, and then you make it to the play-in last year, there are people who have higher expectations. And because things have happened, how they have happened in the last, 3 business days, 5 business days, whatever you want to say, some fans are going to be a negative standpoint. And then the other thing, now let me say this, Drapes, I'm talking to you Kings fans who are always negative. You got to stop that too.
Right.
It's time that you got to be better for us and be better for the squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be damned. You can look at this team and tell this team needs some uplifting.
Right.
This team needs some reconditioning.
Yeah.
And I understand fans going to be like, that ain't my job. But as a fan, when you go there and you cheer, you part of that. Yeah. When you don't get it twisted. These players reading social network. They hear it, they see it, their families do too. They do too, right?
Yeah, Jay, sorry to cut you off.
No, please.
But we don't need wet blankets. We don't need our Debbie Downers.
Right.
We're already down enough.
Right.
Soon as we get a good win, but it was against
I don't give a
Dallas.
damn.
I don't care. We needed it.
Send me a junior high school team if they locked in and loaded, and I'm going to get a W for the NBA. I'm rocking.
Hey, I'm going to take this quick break, Jay, because we got the phone lines jammed up. We're going to run through them next. I'll see you out there, TC, Andrew, George, Ward, and Dwayne. You're listening to the Drive Guys here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Every school day was a vaping day for me. It wasn't a social thing anymore. Suddenly it became something I was doing independently every day. Recently, I was sitting next to somebody on the freeway and I saw them vaping. I was like, wow, is that what I look like? And that didn't sit too well with me. That image has been a big motivation to quit.
No quit story is the same. For free support, text Kick Nicotine to 66819 today.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for the wrap up the year sales event?
Well, I can't believe we made this work. I had to double check to make sure it was legit. But right now you can lease a new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT plug-in for as low as $5 a month plus tax for 24 months with $49.95 due at signing.
Oh, sorry, I must have misheard you. Did you say $5 a month?
I know, it's crazy. But for less than the cost of a cup of coffee each month, you can be driving around a brand new Dodge Hornet. But this $5 a month deal can't last long.
Yeah, I can see why. If you want a new car with a monthly payment half the price of a fast food meal, you better hurry to Hoblet Dodge in Woodland. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period.
$5 for 24-month lease offer before tax and license. Must be California West Business Center resident. Rebates include $6,500 SFS hybrid electric federal tax credit, subject to change without notice, and $2,500 West BC lease cash. $49.95 due at signing. 10,000 miles per year with 30-cent fee per mile over. Tax and license extra. Fourth is net savings. Sample VIN A13914. See dealer for details.
Tom's Watch Bar, your ultimate sports watching destination for all Kings games, hosted live by Sactown Sports. With 360-degree viewing, surround sound, premium food and drink, and game day vibes that match being at the game, Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for all Sacramento Kings fans.
California, it's the Ford Year-End Sell-a-thon. 14 days of the biggest savings on an incredible selection. So visit your California Ford dealer now through January 2nd and get great offers across the lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, like the built Ford Tough F-150 truck, part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 47 years and counting. For the adventure-ready Ford Bronco Sport, with GOAT modes to help you conquer the great outdoors. And check out the always electrifying Ford Mustang Mach-E with 0 to 60 thrills and 0 emissions. It's the Ford Year-End Sell-a-thon, and it's your chance to save. Whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, now is the best time to get behind the wheel of your brand new Ford truck or SUV and drive it home today. But hurry, these offers absolutely end January 2nd. So go to your California Ford dealer today. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Felt good, especially after a game like this where everyone showed up, we fought, it was ugly, but we got the win.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Back here on the Drive Guys, Drapes and Jay here with you till 6 o'clock. The latest injury report for tomorrow's game is out, and the Sixers are listing Joel Embiid as out.
Line it up, baby.
Out.
Man, I'm taking it any way I can get it. I don't know where y'all come from, but where I come from, a win, big time.
They say because of rest.
Well, rest him.
Rest him, right?
That's right. New Year's. He's popping the bottle.
Kyle Lowry, questionable. Eric Gordon, questionable. Andre Drummond, questionable. Paul George and Maxey is still out there. Still would be a quality win as the Kings take on the Sixers tomorrow. Jay, let's get to these phone calls right now. People been hanging on. I'm going to start with Andrew on line 2, Jay. Andrew, you're on with Drapes and Jay. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you guys doing, man?
Good. What's up now?
Hey, man, so real quick, two things. I have a lot of things, but I know I ain't got a lot of time. But real quick, didn't Doug Christie win a game back in 22 to replace Gentry when he had COVID?
Yes.
And he won that game, right?
Yes.
So, because they were this morning on the Carmichael Day Show, they were talking about did they not shower him last night with the water shower? And I'm like, I think they did that for him back in 22.
Yeah, but it's different this time around, though, right?
No, it's totally different. I feel you on that, man. Because my other thing was the defensive energy last night, man. That fourth quarter was all Doug Christie defensive energy. When I was watching that game last night, I was like, that's all Christie's motivation right there, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they were flying all over the place, diving for loose balls, battling for rebounds. And let's keep it real, Andrew. Stuff they should be doing night in and night out.
Night in and night out, baby. Right? 48 minutes a game.
Yep.
48 minutes a game. Hey, Jay, real quick, man, I'll take us off the air. Jay, you were commenting about where you're from and how you don't care how you get these wins, man. Hey, I coached 3rd and 4th grade girls, and those girls could have been out there last night and we got that win. I wouldn't have given a damn.
That's right. Take it. Because nobody's going to feel sorry for you when you lose.
Exactly,
fellas.
All right, Andrew, appreciate you, man.
Thanks
for
for
the
Andrew
call.
coaching the young ladies, too.
Yeah, he out there in the community doing his thing.
Drapes, I'm not too proud to take any win.
Right.
Like, I don't understand competition and competitors, and I get it. Like, there's a difference between overlooking something or, or undervaluing a win, but real is real.
Mm-hmm.
In this league, it's about stacking wins. Right. And if people listen, I don't care. Just as Andrew said, if if I'm playing against Andrew's team and they're in the NBA, if you win that many games to get you into the playoffs, who's going to be crying about that? Right? Like, other teams, they're not crying about playing Dallas. I'm hoping I catch Dallas without the guys. What's wrong with that?
And how about this, Jay? I was talking to somebody before the game. When I heard Klay Thompson's out, Kyrie's out, I'm like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Best believe I'm going to win this game.
Absolutely.
And now they handle their business. Well, it was because, take the wins. At the end of the day, it's 1 of 82. Ain't nobody at the end of the day going to be like, well, you only won 46 games. 3 of them were against shorthanded teams and all that.
But you get called out on the loss, though.
If you lose to it, though.
Right.
Exactly.
So come on, man. Take what you give. And with the retrospect of this, no one is sitting up here saying that, yeah, they beat the Dallas Mavs, with all their weapons. No,
Nobody's
absolutely not. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm also saying that as they say, you can play who's in front of you. And believe me, if Dallas was playing this team without De'Aaron and DeMontis and DeMar, nobody in Dallas is crying.
Their crowd ain't be like, we just beat a weak Sacramento.
Yeah, nobody's crying.
Right. I don't know why we do that. Hey, let's get to George on line 3. George, you're on with Drapes and Jay. What's happening, man?
Hey, fellas. Thank you so much.
No problem. What's up now?
So about earlier, you're talking about the little rascals. That's how we need to play. I don't care. A win is a win. I don't care if we win by 1 point. We have to be scrappy. You're talking about earlier with Fox. You got to play with heart. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. At the end of the day, we got to get those W's. We got a new coach or new interim coach. Hope I love Doug Christie. I met him when he was with the Kings playing. Great guy. I love it. Technically, his second win. Who cares? It's his first win, second win. Let's just rack them up. The next thing I want to talk about. I think the city supports the Kings as if they are champions. I know we ain't done nothing yet to technically gain that title, but I don't know. My fire is fueled in a positive way. Like I see a little bit more defensive play coming, and that's only going to be positive as far as for the play because we have a chance to refocus. We have a chance to not only refocus and play hard, show we have heart, but we're going to find out who we are. And that's the thing. When you go through that fire, we're going to find out who we are. With this, with Christie and the team, maybe this is just a little fire that is lit up. I don't know. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go in. So that's just how I feel. I think we're headed on the right track, and I just can't wait to see what we're going to do.
All right, George, appreciate you, man. I'm with you on that. And that's the thing, too, Jay. It's not like this is 6-7 years ago when the roster was a little down, depleted, where we didn't have hope. We got talent on this team.
Yeah.
And so if I see some signs that show me, all right, they can possibly do this, turn it around, I'm going to take it. Like you said, I'll take it against anybody, whether it's, our last caller's, 5th grade girls team or what?
YMCA.
YMCA.
Yeah.
And let's think about it like this, too. Let's not disrespect Dallas. Those dudes are professionals. PJ Washington is a player. Spencer Dinwiddie is a player. They got some players on that team. It wasn't the full squad. We know that. They had to get it out the mud a little bit. But I would rather have that, what I saw last night, Jay, than our team just making every three-pointer we throw up, because that's not reality. What we saw, how you win last night, that's reality. That's something that can carry on. They didn't shoot the ball well at all last night talking about Sacramento.
Yep.
And they still got him. Let's move on. Let's get Ward. My guy Ward on line 4. You're on with Drapes and Jay. What's up, Ward?
Hey, gentlemen. Happy New Year to you and yours. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Speaking on that signs, I saw exactly the sign I've been looking for, and that happened in the third quarter at that 3-minute, 12-second mark when they had those 5 offensive rebounds, and then Sabonis had that putback.
Yeah.
See, I even watched it back this morning. There was a new look on these guys' face when that putback actually went in. They went down the floor, great defense. Fox came back up, hit that big 3. Then Kevin in that about minute 30 mark had that defensive stop with that big 3. It carried on into the fourth quarter, and we have a good chance of having that carry on against the 76ers without Embiid playing, and hopefully that can just keep us rolling. But first time I saw something with a spark of 2022 this season, and I'm just really excited about it.
Appreciate you, Ward. I agree. And here's the thing. That possession Ward's talking about, A lot of times that usually happens against us.
The avalanche. Right? That's what I call it.
Yeah.
The snowball. It's like the Warriors avalanche, Drapes.
Yep. And Kevin Huerter had the one stop and then came down and hit the three as well. Like that, we can bottle that kind of stuff up. We should celebrate that instead of saying, it was against a shorthanded Dallas team. Let's go to Dwayne on line 5. Dwayne, you're on with Drapes and Jay. What say you, man?
Hey, what's up, folks? Drapes, man, I hate to say this, man, but I know you want to be positive going into 2025, dog.
Yep.
But there's no value in that win last night. You basically, it wasn't even the JV team. It was basically the freshman D team. You had guys who come off the bench starting, and guys who bench warmers coming in playing. This is not going to get better until the organization makes a trade, which we've been waiting on. Brother, the problem is we need a Doug Christie on the court. We need a 6'6" guard with long arms who prides himself on defense and scrap. You know what I'm saying? He don't back down. That Kings team from back in the day didn't back down. They had Chris Webber. They didn't want that smoke. You feel me? Now, also, I want to say that I think you have 7 games the first half of January. Now, unfortunately, I got you guys going 1-6, man.
Hold on. Who you a fan of, fam?
So I root for the Kings because I want them to win, and I want the area to do good, and I want to take my kids some games. So I want the Kings to win, but Monty McNair won't make the trade. It's really bad, the disrespect coming from the Lakers right now. Michael Thompson, Michael Cooper got a real disrespectful wavelength jumping off, man. And then they come out and sweep us, and then they go out and get Finney Smith. How come they can get the trade done, but we can't? The team's not going to get better until you address the deficiencies on the team because it's lopsided.
Real quick, Dwayne, I'm not going to argue about making a move because I'm with you on that. I think to keep moving into the positive direction and keep moving up the ladder, you need to make a move and make some adjustments. I'm with you 100% on that. The only thing I have a disagreement with you is and this is tough for me to understand. A win that stops a streak of losing, a win that turns something negative into positive,
right,
has to mean something.
Has to have some value.
And if it doesn't, Dwayne, then you're not the type of cat I need rocking with, because I don't want to continue to lose in any form or fashion. And so I'm not coming on here and questioning your fanhood. I'm not coming on here and saying that you're not a baller because I don't know you. But I'm also saying this. There has to be something in a win, no matter what. Like, when I'm pretty sure if you have your children, you competitive with your children, I would imagine, right? It sounds like it to me. And if you're a fan of sports, right? Yeah. So there's gonna be a point in time, if it hasn't come yet in your life, where you're gonna probably teach your children something in the form of fashion of losing and winning, sportsmanship, that type of stuff. And the other thing we always see about is as parents, it's like, I gotta hold on to the last bit of time until my kids can beat me in something that we're competitive in, right? So
I gotta be close. You gotta let me get back at you.
Yeah, I am. I'm setting you up for that. It's a long way of setting you up. With that being said, is this. It sounds like you're all about sports, and to a certain extent. You mean to tell me you're okay with losses?
Not by a long shot, but I'm also talking about long term and the actual exact Sacramento Kings situation dating back to 2 years ago when you got it all back, and then you regressed last year but still had a really good record. So I'm thinking long term as far as playoffs and things like that, because you're imploding. So I'm just coming at it as an objective, fan perspective of what has to happen to get better. Sure. So it's not that I'm thinking a win definitely is going to be better than losing, but I'm thinking long term in terms of turning this around. I thought that's what we was doing, because the regression is what's got to stop.
Dwayne, this is the start. That's what I'm saying.
Both can be true.
From losing 6 in a row, maybe, just maybe, this is the start of things turning around. And I understand you want to see more. You need a little more evidence. You need a little more proof.
As do we.
And so do we.
Definitely.
But for this one game, I'm taking it, bro.
So let's do this. Let's leave it here. Tomorrow night, we got the 76ers who are going to play all their guys, right?
Yep.
Minus Joel Embiid.
No Embiid tomorrow.
No, indeed, but that's okay. I said all their guys. He can't really consider him one of all their guys. You know what I mean? Because usually they rock without him anyway. So they're still pretty good without him because they're used to playing without him. So we got to get that win. Now, to me, that's a start.
I'm
so
with you.
So wait, real quick. You would have been okay winning tomorrow, even if you lost last night.
I think I'm saying, I think that we need a good win. And a good win was a spark, and a spark is a trigger to starting a winning streak. And, I think we really got to beat some good teams because right now we beat a lot of depleted teams. A lot of our wins are against teams who didn't have 2 or 3 of their guys. We have to beat a good team to show that we belong, man. We got to stop getting pushed around, start fighting back, and things of that nature.
Agree with all of that.
All right, Dwayne, I'm up against it, man. Appreciate it. I'll say this.
That basically means he would, if I'm hearing it and we got to go, but he would, imagine this, Drapes. If they lose last night to a depleted Mavericks team, people are going crazy right now. But the way Dwayne is saying it is, if they would have took the L basically last night and then beat Philadelphia because they're a stronger team, it's a good man. Please,
we had a point, Jay, where
give me all of them.
First, we got to get wins. Then we could talk about good wins. Then we can move on. TC, I see you hanging on. We're going to get to TC next, and we're going to talk about what happened to the Niners last week, Brock Purdy's future with the squad. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here on Sactown Sports 1140.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-5795. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 16th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Bring the family and discover your next adventure. Don't miss more than 100 free fishing, hunting, casting, kayaking, and dog training seminars. On the weekend, take the kids to a building filled with free activities. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 16th through 19th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping for French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com. KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Drapes and Jay, Sactown Sports, 1140, hour 2 of the drive, guys. Kevin Whitey Gleason off today. He'll be back on Thursday. Right now, we're celebrating a big win. Just a win. Ain't even got to say a big win. A win.
Take it.
I'll take it. It's been a couple of weeks since we were able to talk about the Kings lighting the beam. Last night over Dallas, 110-100. Remember, they had to battle back. They trailed by 18 in that first quarter.
It was looking bleak.
It was looking bleak. They got outscored 37-23 in that first quarter. But after that, Jay, the final 3 quarters, they held the Mavs to just 63 points. They locked in. And here's the thing. Everybody want to say, well, it's because they were playing shorthanded Mavs. Outside of the first quarter, Kings dominated that game. Look at the numbers. Look at the box score. Look at the numbers that the Kings outscored them with. If my math is correct, over the final 3 quarters, Jay, the Kings outscored the Mavs 87-60, if I'm correct. I'm looking at the numbers here. 63. They outscored them by 24 over the last 3 quarters.
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do
to a shorthanded
team. You know, everybody like, well, they beat a short. Well, they did what they were supposed to do. First quarter, Mavs were cooking. Give them credit. PJ looked great. Give them credit. But after that, the Kings buckled down and got the win. And I'm going to celebrate it like the rest of the crowd. I thought it was a jam-packed crowd. I haven't seen the numbers, Jay. But even before tip, I was like, for a team that lost 6 straight, for a team that's struggling, that fan base showed out last night.
Always, though.
Yes.
It always is. And there are points and times, and, you know, we get the opportunity to be a part of this, but there are points and times throughout every single game when the Kings show what they did, which is grit, toughness, you know, kind of let out a little frustration, I felt. I thought the Kings let out a little frustration last night on a shorthanded Mavs team. I guess I'm going to just start calling it shorthanded because we got some Kings fans who just, they don't care.
Right.
They don't appreciate the wins. But I thought these fans normally give you 1 or 2 experiences during each game at home where it just constantly reminds you, is like, dang, this is it, man. Like the King's Kingdom is for real. It is a great fan base. Drapes, you get to jump around to other fan bases, and sometimes, you know, you look at it, but you don't really get the feel.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't traveled with the squad in a few years or whatever it is, but just my times and jumping around different arenas. You know, everybody talks about Atlanta. When you go to Atlanta, ain't nothing happening in the Hawks crowd. It's more about what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
We're talking about what function we hitting after the game. You know, it's an outing. People come to the Kings games and really showcase their fandom.
That they're true fans. Yeah, they're fans.
Yeah.
100%, Jay. Been all around. I mean, it reminds me of Boston. You get some of that as well. Trying to think. Minnesota's like that, you know, where it doesn't matter. It's not about being seen. It's not about a fashion show or anything like. It's about, we need our damn team to win a game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where whether you win or lose, it affects your psyche, your mentals. You know what I mean? It's not like that in some cities. You know, LA. I love going to watch Laker games when the Kings play. I love, because I'm looking in the crowd too.
Yeah, for sure.
But if the Lakers lose, people ain't tripping out.
Nah.
Yeah, they ain't tripping out.
Well, we'll see him back 7:30 yet again in a couple days.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
And because they won so much.
Right.
You know, I want to say they take it for granted, but they got a lot of things to lean on. You know, a long tradition, a long history of winning. You know, so it's like, you know, I could rewind the tape, put it on YouTube, go see Kobe hit him for 81 and feel good about myself. Where, you know, one of the things I always talk about here is we have to shake hold of not our history, but shake hold of the standpoint we want better. And that's like what Dwayne is saying, and I get it. You know, he's saying it in his form, in his own way, but I feel him. Like, yesterday is a start. There's many more answers and many more things to take care of that this team has to show and prove. But like someone like Big Vance said, love that win. Mavs were undermanned, but the Kings played poorly to start. Multiple guys had foul trouble. Roster is still an issue, and I'm still on Monty's helmet. So am I, like a sticker. But that was a great win for the squad. Big Van, Big Van Vince. And I'm with you. And that's how I feel.
Right.
So Kings, accept the W, man. Accept it.
Take it.
Ain't nothing with an asterisk.
Yep.
This ain't an in-season tournament banner that goes up that nobody want to put up.
I wake up and I see, Kings got 14 wins this season. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Yesterday, woke up, they had 13. Today, they got one more. It counts in the standings. Yeah. I don't care who it's against. Hey, Jay, let's get to TC. He been holding on. And TC, I'm sure you're going to talk about the Kings, but on the back end, I need your Niners take too, big fella, because the season is over. TC, what's up, man?
No, hey, listen, let's keep it short and sweet because I got something special for the Kings. The Niners are short and sweet, bro. You see what Ben Johnson did. JR, you already know my stance about that. But listen, there ain't nothing to talk about because Jay York said he's giving them another year. Who knows about that? Who knows? But at the same time, y'all heard me. I'm trading Kyle Shanahan today, bro, for 2 first-round picks, hiring Ben Johnson and letting him draft his own quarterback and letting that quarterback and Brock Purdy duke it out because he do got another year after this year. We ain't got to pay him. I'm not paying that man $60-0. He's a good backup quarterback, though. He's a good dude to have on the team. He could duke it out with the new guy. That's my take on the Niners, bro.
Hey, go ahead, man. I'm going to let you cook, big fella. I'm going to let you cook. What about the Kings?
As far as the Kings, hey, I like that call that was like late yesterday when that guy came on. Was like, what did he say? He said, I want to thank Mike Brown. I want to thank Mike Brown too, bro, for what you brought to this team. You know what I'm saying? The goodness, to the maturity of the team, like that playoff drought. I like everything that you brought to the team. Like, I know it didn't work out, bro, but I especially want to thank you, big dog. But we got Doug at the helm. We got to move on now. I like Doug's mentality. I always liked Doug. This ain't got nothing to do with Doug. Doug don't have it. The way that team played last night, bro, is how we've been wanting our team to play. Gritty. Not saying that they didn't play like that under Mike. We ain't throwing Mike under the bus, right? But we just saying they played how we want them to play. And it's, hold on. Happy New Year to everybody. I know I'm all over the place. Kings fans, y'all showed out last night. Continue to show out like that. I love y'all. And that's all we ask, Drake. We'll back you. We'll back you. Go back to Fox. I'm going to back up on you, Fox, because I heard what you said today. If that's what we've been asking from you, bro, be a leader. What you said today. You said he didn't have nothing to do with Mike Brown, y'all. Period. He said he didn't have nothing. That was an organization move. But he said he came quiet. Mike gone, bro. But he didn't do that. What he said, we climbed in this together with Keegan. We climbed in this together. We're going to climb out together. Fox, that's all we asking, dog. Be a leader, homie. Do what you said today on the court and what you said today in that interview, bro. Do that consistently, not sometimes. Do it consistently, bro. And we're going to continue to back you up 100% and love you and care you and all that, bro. That's coming from the heart, man. That's all I got, man. Happy New Year's to y'all, Drake.
TC. My guy, he was all over the place there, but he always comes with passion, man.
Mike check.
And TC's right, man. Shout out to Mike Brown. Yeah. He raised the standards, if you will, the level of expectations with this franchise, and give it to the fan base too, man. They're not going to accept mediocrity, and I get it. After 16 years straight of missing the playoffs, I get it. You wanted some sustained excellence, no doubt about that. And I think we're on the path towards that. I mean, think about it, Jay. We ain't Charlotte.
No.
We not some of these teams. Washington.
Don't know where they going.
They don't know.
Utah got all these picks, but ain't doing nothing either.
Exactly. We still got hope. I'm looking at our roster saying 13-19, what we were. That's unacceptable. Like, we're better than that. And I'm hoping, starting with last night's win, we're starting to turn the corner. I do want to switch gears and talk about your San Francisco 49ers, Jay. Not my San Francisco. I'm talking about your San Francisco. Yeah.
You ain't running from nothing, man. You ain't no running from
you better
here.
tuck your tail and hide in the corner, big fella.
No.
You know what? Here's the thing. You lose last night to the Detroit Lions, 40-34.
Good game, close game,
thought it was
baby.
a hell of a game,
Listen,
man.
If we crying about losses, wins, then I'm gonna cry about the loss and a tough loss.
Is that what that was, or did you give it away, Jay? Here's the thing about
it. They gave it away
because you got a lead. You got a 21-13 lead going into the half. You up 28-21 midway through the third quarter. Hell, you're up 28-24. 4:25 to go in the third quarter. But then you lose the game. And to me, this has been the issue all season long for the Niners. They haven't been able to put together a full 4 quarters. And I understand the injuries and I understand all this and all that. But this team is now 6-10, Jay. This might be, and you tell me, because you've been here longer than me, Kyle Shanahan's most underachieving team.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Okay.
For sure.
All right. All right.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And the reason I say that is because of the expectations that were implied. You know, you go from having the Super Bowl, and it's not like they just the second Super Bowl they lost under Kyle Shanahan. But I thought last year, and maybe it was just my personal experience of being in the building and, you know, feeling the fans, CMC fumbling, you know, them not being able to cash in on a few drives where the Chiefs did absolutely nothing offensively, and the Niners couldn't push the narrative, couldn't keep pushing up the score. And to come back this year, I thought, you know, trying to overlook the Brandon Ayuk situation, which, I mean, now we know definitely played a part into what's going on this season. But just to see some of these names littered across, you know, the back of these jerseys, like the Kittles, the Debos, even Ayuk until he was injured. You know, I think most 49er fans fall on the side of Brock Purdy can get it done. I think there are some 49ers fans who feel like, hey, look, I would rather have another quarterback. Good luck. It's hard to get those. But I also think there is some type of, you know, confidence in the fact that Brock can be a good enough quarterback to take this team to the Super Bowl, more than they've had, you know, probably going back to maybe Colin Kaepernick, maybe, you know, and even then, I think some people probably didn't believe in Cap, you know, or maybe it was just the whole encompassing team, the way that they played the pro style offense, and, you know, it was three yards in a cloud of smoke. But I think this team underachieved. And we can point to the injuries. We can point to the Brandon Ayuk contract. We can point to, you know, Purdy having a mid-season in certain instances. We could talk about Debo falling off. We could talk about the defense and the coordinator, which we will Sorensen, and, you know, the movement, Kyle not doing things that he probably should. There's so many things that goes into a losing season. But for me, Drapes, to come off that Super Bowl loss where it was right there for the taking, and then you put in all your eggs in the basket for the 49ers to be like, really? And the players said it. Diamador Lenore said it. Debo said it. We know this is probably our last run. And to come out here and be 6-10, 4-5 at home,
right?
Man. Oh.
I'm sorry, Jay.
No, I mean, you know, be my therapist. Big time.
I'm trying
to,
man.
Let me pull out the futon or something.
Because the therapist will let you process it and leave you with a nugget that leaves you excited and hopeful, and it's not all bad. But I'm looking at what transpired yesterday. First of all, Brock Purdy, the arm again, got hurt. And today, Kyle Shanahan said he has an elbow contusion and nerve inflammation.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, and will miss the last game of the season.
Should have been a gone yesterday.
Why do you think that?
Because you're not playing for nothing. You're not playing for nothing. Like Brock Purdy, the Niners know, meaning the organization knows. They've had these discussions. Contrary to popular belief, popular meaning fans' belief, the 49ers have a pretty good idea of what they're getting ready to offer Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Yeah. And we've seen it. And the reason I say that is because just look at their history. They pretty much they're staunch on what they offer their players, and they pretty much stand on it. They don't move too much. They kind of look 2-3 years ahead of time. You know, they're one of the teams that's like, and they're very active in offseason. So you can't tell me York, who came out, as CC said, you know, Shanahan and Lynch ain't going nowhere. So let's not even start that type of conversation.
Yeah, they're not going there.
No,
yeah.
they know what Brock Purdy is worth to them and what they want to pay him. What was the point of Brock playing last night? You weren't playing for a playoff spot. Trent, it's still guys that's not playing. Like, wouldn't you want to know what you have in some of the youngsters? And not so much as quarterback, but let it all fly out.
So hold up. Let me get this straight, Jay. What you're saying is,
mail it in.
When you're eliminated from playoff contention, mail it in.
This was two games to go.
Not really?
Yes. For this team who doesn't have certain draft picks, for this team who has been smashed for giving up first-round draft picks for the Trey Lance, for this team who has been battling injuries all season. What happens? Let me ask you this. What happens if Brock Purdy now needs surgery, which it doesn't sound like. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying he needs surgery, and it takes us 8 months out, and he starts the season on IR, a la Dre Greenlaw, who we know missed the season.
But Jay, you can't put these dudes in bubble wrap, big fella.
Oh man,
you can't do that.
But they do, meaning the league does. The league puts quarterbacks in bubble wrap.
Jay,
even during games.
No, and maybe I missed it. Or we were off last week. I was about to say I didn't hear this last week. I mean, there was talk. Should you shut them down? But I don't think anybody went into the game saying, "Whoa, man, they shouldn't be playing Brock Purdy. He might get hurt." Like, it'd be different if this was next week, last game of the season. And think about this. Lions still trying to get first place in the
I don't give a damn. What they got to do with us? Keep that in Motown.
You're just saying that because he got hurt, Jay.
Keep that in Motown.
You're saying that after the fact, Jay.
I would have said it last week. We're off. It was coming down to the conversations of they need to start to look forward to next year. And hopefully, being intelligent and believing in John Lynch, they already have. And hence, that's why I said I believe they know, what they're going to offer Brock Purdy or some sort of number, even if they don't. I don't know. Who's to say? They technically don't have to offer him nothing. He can play on that 1.1 next year.
Right.
But I just say that in the form of they just saw that happen. And albeit it was in the Super Bowl with Dre Greenlaw. This team is banged up. If there's anybody, Drapes, anybody on this team that you don't want to get hurt as Christian McCaffrey, is Brock Purdy. Everybody else, Fred Taylor, he been playing with a fractured ankle anyway.
Yeah, Fred Warner, yeah.
Fred Warner, he should be sitting down too. He should have been set down soon as they were mathematically out of it 2 weeks ago. Bye. Dog, sit down. Rest that ankle. Chill out, man. We know you're a warrior. You've been playing all season. What you got to prove?
I'm not with that, Jay. I get it. If guys are banged up, but Brock, I thought was okay.
He played okay.
He was okay.
He had a pretty good game. 377.
But second half, we got to talk about his interceptions.
True. 27 to 35 ain't bad for almost 400.
But he's 14 to 16 in the first half. Jay.
I agree.
200 yards in the first half.
That's when you should have set him down.
Jay, this is professional football. You ain't resting guys. This ain't Cam Ward at Miami, big fella.
They do it all the time.
Come on, I can see the final game, but damn, with 2 games left, shutting it down.
I'm shutting certain people down. I'm shutting Fred Warner down. I'm shutting Brock Purdy down. I'm shutting Greenlaw for sure shut down. Guys like that who are integral pieces to this team moving forward, I'm shutting it down.
Niners fans are weighing in, Jay, 5-3-0. It's a tired team. They've played a lot of games with their deep playoff runs, and then they lose the best player in football. That's going to devastate any team. And then on the YouTube chat, everyone's worst nightmare. There actually were people saying sit Brock to save him from being hurt. He goes on to say Kyle Shanahan is the QB killer.
Dang. The QB killer, dang.
Shout out to my guy Leezy also on the text line. Real quick, I'm going to squeeze this in. Us Eagles are flying high, Drapes. Remember, they were hating on us. I remember that exactly.
Big
Leezy.
time fly, Eagles fly.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Who was hating on them?
Oh, y'all.
We supposed
the whole
to.
Northern California
what is
bang,
this?
bang Niner game.
Man, I thought Philadelphia fans supposed to be some of the most bullheaded people out there. Strong, tough type cats, man. You got lazy crying because people talking head about the Eagles.
He not crying. He gloating.
Wow, to me, there's a tear behind that gloat.
Coming up, we're going to have Rod Brick.
Come on, Drapes. I know you're not accepting that.
No, yet. Damn Skippy, I'm gloating.
Every team about gloating is you should. Right. Every team is hating on the next team.
Nah, man, but
wait a minute. So you guys are rooting for the Chicago Bears?
No, we rooting for whoever is playing the Niners.
Okay.
That's what dog, it's a rivalry. You may not consider, but for me, like Cowboys, we ain't even worried about them.
What?
We ain't even worried about the Cowboys or Washington or the Giants. The NFC East is weak. We running that thing. But especially me living out here, and I got to see these flags everywhere, and I'm at the grocery store, and I see a guy with a Kittle jersey on. I'm like, bro, your team is 6-9. Y'all 6-10.
Still representing,
Fold up the jerseys, fold up the flags, put them in hibernation with the swimsuits and the bikinis. Bring them out next August.
So then, if you want the fans to fold up the jerseys, then why shouldn't some of these players be doing the same thing? Sit down.
Put your feet up. Brock getting paid money.
Man,
Brock getting paid money.
Chump change NFL money.
Hey, man, coming up in just a second, we're going to have Rod Brooks. I got to get to a number of things with him, Jay. We got to talk about Brock Purdy, the injury, his play. Has he cost himself some money in a new contract? We're going to talk to Rod about that. Also, what's going on with Jake Moody? Have we seen his final days here in San Francisco? Can Kyle Shanahan actually bring him back as kicker? And speaking of bringing somebody back, what about Nick Sorensen? Is he about to coach his final game with the defense? We'll have Rod Brooks, our NBC Sports Bay Area Niners analyst. He's joining us next here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140.
Out with the old year, in with the new ride at Toyotathon. Going on now. Get a low-cost lease on the 57 MPG Prius, or choose from great deals on 16 other Toyota hybrid cars, trucks, and SUVs, all featuring Toyota's legendary reliability, style, and fuel efficiency. Don't miss out on your chance to celebrate. The final days of Toyotathon are on now at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 1/6/25.
All guests and callers join us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Rock the Bells presents LL Cool J. Live in concert. LL Cool J. Saturday, January 18th, the venue at Thunder Valley with DJ C-Trip. LL Cool J. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss LL Cool J live.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
The year-end sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. Get your favorite new Ford with zero down deals and low finance rates like 0% on many new models on approval of credit. Shop Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Tom's Watch Bar, your ultimate sports watching destination for all Kings games, hosted live by Sactown Sports. With 360-degree viewing, surround sound, premium food and drink, and game day vibes that match being at the game, Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for all Sacramento Kings fans.
The good news? Now that you've lost the excess weight, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look with everything from fitness classes to full-length mirrors to admire your new self. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Meda Chevy saves you $8,000 off MSRP on new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST after rebates.
Year-end savings on now with $8,000 off new Silverados at MedaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details.
There's no better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, offering the best deals in town and a selection other dealers are jealous of. Stop on by. They're just off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
To the Sacramento Kings. What kind of pressure are the players facing? Monty McNair, who's under more pressure? We'll talk about that as this Kings team looks to turn around its season, coming off a big win last night over the Dallas Mavericks, albeit a shorthanded Mavs team, but some encouraging signs, just the style of play we saw from our Kings last night. We'll be joined by Rod Brooks here coming up in a second, reacting to that Niners loss last night against the Detroit Lions. Lions dropping 40 on the board. You know, we could talk about Brock all we want. We could talk about the injuries, especially offensively, all we want. But looking at this defense, where's Nick Bosa at? What about the defensive play calling we saw? There was one possession where the Lions had the ball, I think, inside the 10 or 15-yard line. Third down, I think it is. And you would think as you get closer to the goal line, you plan a little more man coverage, pressing up a little bit more. The Niners are sitting back in a soft zone, basically. And I'm watching that game, you know, some of the highlights from last night. And I'm like, hold up now. A team's about to go in, and you letting the guys catch it underneath. I'm trying to figure out exactly which play it was that Goff threw that touchdown. I think it was to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was only a 4-yarder. It was. But the way the Niners were playing him, it was like he was running a 20-yard route, 15-yard route. And maybe Rod Brooks can explain to me what's going on with this Niners defense and some of the play calling, as Rod joins us right now, as he does always weekly here on The Drive Guys, our NBC Sports Bay Area Niners analyst. Rod, we're talking about this game last night, and I'll get to Brock Purdy in a minute. But defensively, how can you explain not only giving up 40 points, and I know Detroit's a great team, good offense and everything, but just some of the play calling? Is Sorensen exposing himself out there? Did he have some head-scratching moments last night?
Yes,
And on that touchdown in particular, why are you rushing for playing the soft zone?
Right.
You got nothing to lose except the football game, but you got nothing to lose. You're rushing for and you play in the soft zone and you letting him get whatever he wants. The way they lost last night, how they lost all year. Head scratching defensive calls, head scratching defensive play. Stop running the ball in the fourth quarter. I'll never understand it. Maybe we'll talk about that later. I don't get 16 straight pass plays against the team that blitzes the most in the league and exposing your quarterback, who eventually did get hurt. It's nothing serious, but I don't get it. Abandoning the run, not being able to stop the run, teams specifically, and I guess pointedly Jake Moody. It's been the story all season long, man. I'm a firm believer in you win as a team, you lose as a team. But to get back to your initial point, yeah, man, I don't get it.
Go ahead, Jay. Chiming in. Yeah, go ahead.
Rod, and Drapes is going to get to this because Drapes is a real life hater.
I am. When it comes to Niners, no doubt.
North Philly hater.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Card carrying member, no doubt.
I argue that Brock shouldn't have even been playing last night. Team wasn't playing for nothing. Now, of course, retrospect, now that he's hurt, we can definitely talk about that a little more, why he shouldn't be playing. But I thought going into it, he shouldn't be playing. I thought Fred Warner, guys like that should be shut down as well. What's your thoughts on that?
I had no problem with him playing. I had no problem with other guys playing. My take is you are healthy as you could be this year, meaning you are not on the injury report. I think it's unprecedented. I don't know if I've ever seen it where a team that is not going to the playoffs, but you have healthy guys and they get to the last couple of games of the season, they go, well, we got nothing to play for, we shut it down. If these guys are not I shouldn't say legitimately injured, but if they are not on the injury list. So I had no problem with him playing last night. What I had a problem with, and I referenced this a second ago, is getting away from what made the Niners offense successful and what brought Purdy out of danger. They got points in that game, had a lead at a time with the quick pass game, everything underneath, lots of Kittle underneath, lots of Pearsall underneath. You're throwing the ball to Garindo. They were running the ball well. They were getting the ball out quick because you had two cats fresh, off the street basically at left tackle. You had a backup left guard. Again, going against the team in Detroit that blitzes the most out of any team in the league. They stayed away from Detroit's blitz by running the ball and getting it out quickly. Then you get to the fourth quarter. And I understand that they were down, I think it was 40-28 at the time. I forget what it was. I understand that they were down. They ran 16 straight pass plays, which does nothing in my mind but expose your offensive line and expose your quarterback to a team that does what? Blitzes the most out of any team in the league. And when did Brock Purdy get hurt last night? On the 16th pass play, where there was a blitz from the left side, if you're the quarterback looking out past the line of scrimmage, a blitz from the left side. Patrick Taylor, the fifth-string running back, does what he's supposed to do, which is go pick up the guy inside. But he was already blocked. That's where the free rusher came from, the free DB came from. He got that clean hit on Purdy, and then he felt the fire in his elbow. You don't have that happen not running 16 straight pass plays. If you are sticking to the principles that got you points and kept your offense and your quarterback safe in the first half, the first three quarters, which is run the ball, get the ball out quickly. I don't get that.
Rod Brooks joining us here on the Drive Guys. Rod, to continue this conversation, Jed York has come out and said Kyle's going to be here next year. John Lynch is going to be here. Okay, I'll give him that. But should that seat be getting a little warm? Meaning, grandma's tea kettle, you throw the water in, you turn on the stove, you may be starting to see those little bubbles starting to just hit. You're not there yet, but it's warming up.
It ain't whistling?
It ain't whistling yet. But as we go into next season, what kind of leash are you giving Kyle Shanahan? Because I'm listening to you, and it's been like this all season long. You could argue it's been like this Kyle Shanahan's entire tenure where he makes some head-scratching play calling. Come on, bro. Come on, Rod. Getting conservative late, or in this regard, abandoning the run late. Like, how much leash are you giving this guy next season?
I'm giving him a lot of leash. Hey, he had a bad year. There's no doubt about it. Kyle Shanahan, forget about everybody else. Okay, Kyle Shanahan this year had a bad year. 3 straight NFC championship games, right? They've gone to 2 Super Bowls. I know they haven't closed the deal. I know the record in the fourth quarter. I get that, man. Kyle Shanahan is flawed. There's no doubt about that. I have a hard time, and I wouldn't curse Kyle Shanahan, Nick Sirianni, or anybody. I have a hard time looking at the coach's current last 5 years. Look at that resume going. Super Bowls, NFC championship games, and a bad year coming off of 3 straight NFC championships. I can't look at that resume. Forget the name. Forget Kyle Shanahan. I cannot look at that resume of that coach and go, that guy should be on the hot seat next year. I don't care who it is. Now, when you add the name Kyle Shanahan, naturally you have to do, all of a sudden you start thinking about a blown fourth quarter lead. But to think about 28-3 when he was in Atlanta during the Super Bowl. I get all that. But you can't tell me he's not one of the top coaches in the league. Does he have flaws? Absolutely. Does he need to work on those flaws? Absolutely. But to say that he's on the hot seat, nah, man, I'm not buying it.
Joined by Rob Brooks of NBC Sports Bay Area.
Ryan, you going down with the ship, man. The ship be sinking and you going down with it.
Like I said, any coach. It could be your boy in Philly that they took all the responsibility away from. I don't even know if his headset is plugged in. It could be your boy Nick Sirianni that had the same resume. I cannot look at a coach who's gone to 3 straight NFC championship games and 2 Super Bowls over these last 5 years and has had 1 bad year. And make no mistake about it, let me be Clado. He is having a bad year. When this is over, he will have had a bad year. There's no way I'm going to look at that resume over the last 5 years ago with 1 bad year coming off of 3 NFC championship games. This dude is on the hot seat. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Mike McCarthy, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys more than you do.
Hey, don't.
He hate the Niners more than the Cowboys, RB. Let me let you know.
And I'll be honest with you. Mike McCarthy doing a better job than Kyle Shanahan at this point.
Come on, man. You slow down.
They got
over
a better
there.
record than
Come
y'all.
on, slow
They
down.
got a better record, and they've been without their quarterback. They shut down CD Lamb. Like, they've had injuries too.
Yeah, not like the 49ers, though, man. It's a mass unit over in Santa Clara.
Drapes, I know you ain't just do that on the radio, man. I know Drapes. You don't even believe it. I can hear in the laugh. You don't even believe it, man. Stop it.
RB, let's see if you're really going down with the sinking ship. If not Kyle Shanahan, of course, not John Lynch, as Jed York came out and say today. Someone that you mentioned earlier, Jake Moody, Nick Sorensen. What's your take on both of those guys?
Jake Moody, oh.
Damn.
That's easy. He's had too many chances and he's failed at all the chances. Sorry. He's got to go. You want to talk about a hot seat, special teams coordinator. That seat is hot.
I thought that was already burnt up. I didn't even know we were still considering that.
I'll just give an example. The hot seat. Nick Sorensen, here's the thing with Sorensen. And again, not a good year. I don't know the wisdom of changing defensive coordinators again. I think what has to happen, however, they need to change how they look at their defense. Is the wide 9 working? Have teams caught up to that? Rushing 4 and dropping 7, which is what Sorensen likes to do. He feels like he's going to get pressure with his front 4, and they can play coverage on the back end. They didn't get enough of that. It wasn't Floyd and Bosa at the same time. They don't get enough pressure from the interior. They have to address that next season in a personnel move with the interior of that defensive line. So I'd be very surprised. I would be surprised if Sorensen was replaced. I would be extremely surprised if they ran back the same type of defense next year. That would be the thing that would kind of make me go, really? Is that what you want to do? You want to run that back?
Rod Brooks joining us. No, and I hear you, Rod, and I'm looking at this roster. it's crazy because before the season, the Niners look like the most talented team in football. As we come to the end of the season, I'm seeing so many holes: defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver, linebacker, whatever. Mm-hmm. What's the off-season priority list, I guess, for this Niners team?
Well, let me go back to what you just said, where they look like the most talented team in the league, and go through the list of positions you mentioned. Receiver, Austin All-Pro, and Brandon Ayuk. Okay? Mm-hmm. Running back. I know you didn't mention running back, right, but you lose Christian McCaffrey. Linebacker. Dre Greenlaw's Achilles tendon in the Super Bowl. That was the butterfly effect. Yeah. That started the whole chain of this awful season for the Niners. So you lose a guy who is a Pro Bowl caliber player, but clearly he's the heart and soul of that defense. Just the way he plays, and I think he's the fastest guy on that defense, which is something that needs to be addressed in this Niner team because they're not fast on both sides of the ball. Offensive line, losing Trent Williams for however many weeks it's been over these last few weeks, losing Trent Williams didn't hurt. So you have lost Hall of Famer Trent Williams, all pro players in McCaffrey, and you lost Pro Bowl type players in other positions that you mentioned going down that list. I will say this, priority wise, they have to look at their defensive philosophy. I think the Niners have to look at their offensive line philosophy and go in a different direction in terms of what they ask the center to do with protections, who that center is, and just how their entire offensive line philosophy. They have to fix the interior of that offensive line. And I think priority number 2 is something you just mentioned, and I talked about it earlier, not getting enough push with the interior of the defensive line. Thought it was going to be Javon Hargrave from Philly. I'm not saying it can't work, but that's something that they need to beef up. Fixing the interior of both sides of the offense or both sides of the line of scrimmage, to me, is priority number 1 and 2.
All right, Rod Brooks, appreciate you, man. Happy New Year, and I guess we'll talk to you one final time as the Niners take on the Cardinals this weekend.
No, don't do my boy RB like that. He welcome anytime.
Oh no, I mean,
we gonna talk when the Eagles lose in the playoffs. RB gonna be front and center that Monday.
Hey, Rod.
Oh, I'm calling it.
Dog, I know you're going to have a lot of free time, big fella, after this weekend. So, I know you're not used to it, but you can play it's like NBA players and you already booked your Cancun trip and everything like that. Usually it's not till March, but you can take it in January, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, Brad, I got to ask you, should Saquon play next week to break that record or just not? But points proven, go to bigger and better things.
I say you go for the record. You're 101 yards away from catching it. It's not it's against the lowly Giants, your former team. Come on now. Ultimately, though, I'm asking Saquon, bruh, you want to play? If he says yes, I'm letting him play. Hopefully he breaks it in the first half and we can put him on the shelf. But I'm giving him a chance.
Hey, man, I like that kid. And, Philly Cats, I don't know. But that's a good outfit, man. I'm looking forward to see what you guys can do in the playoffs. Hey, man, Happy New Year to you fellas. Always enjoy it. We'll talk anytime you need it.
All right, bro. We talk to you in 2025. That's our guy, Rod Brooks, NBC Sports Bay Area. You can check him out on 49ers pregame and postgame. Niners wrapping up the season this week against the Cardinals. We'll bounce back after this, take some calls, get to your text as well, the YouTube chat. I see you out there, 916-339-1140. Drive Guys here on Sactown Sports 1140.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping for French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto. Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Hey, you've definitely had a busy month. Finding gifts, sending cards, hosting family. Well, now it's time to treat yourself at Macy's After Christmas Sale. Come and find great deals on something just for you. Like 25% off New Year's party looks from DKNY, Adriana Papel, and more. So enjoy the week and get yourself the gifts you really wanted before these limited time deals are over. At Macy's After Christmas Sale. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 16th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Find a huge selection of fishing boats, kayaks, and side-by-sides. New this time, nearly 50,000 square feet of RVs and campers. And check out the all-new, fully redesigned Toyota Land Cruiser. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 16th through 19th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the wrap up the year sales events?
We're giving you a head start on next year with up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, starting as low as $36,325.
Wow, you guys are always looking forward.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under $20,000.
Now more than ever, Hoblet needs to be your first stop when you need a new or used car. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,000 total net savings on select new Ram 1500 models after 10,500 factory rebates and 5,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 business upfit, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. And 2,000 Ford Conquest cash. Must own or lease a Ford. No trade-in required. 10th is net savings. 36,325 sample VIN 544-890. See dealer for details.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Back here on the Drive Guys on New Year's Eve. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy New Year. Couple more hours left here. Shout out to Rob Brooks once again jumping on with us. Talking Niners last segment. I tell you, Jay, this was usually I don't move and groove on New Year's. I'm not a New Year's Eve guy. I'm not a guy that gets out.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that's out in them streets on New Year's Eve. Especially now, I ain't drinking anymore. But even when I did drink, you know, I drank 364 days of the year. You know what I mean? Like this the one day I'm like, I'm gonna sit still. But I do feel like getting out tonight, but I got them damn kids, bro.
Man, don't say it like that. I'm just
so no,
that's what parents do. Like, man, I got them damn
kids. But so I need like a family friendly, like we're gonna go out to dinner. We're gonna check out McCooney and Folsom. They want to go there, so I'll be out there mobbing, you know, and then we'll go get some ice cream and everything. And then
where do you get the ice cream from?
That's a good question.
Is it like one of them? We go to the store, whip the Sundays up, we'll float thing, or is it? We slide out to the Parliament or something.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the store.
Or something. Okay.
Yeah, and usually we go to Handles.
Yeah,
you know, Handles. Yeah, Handles a good spot.
The 4-ball. You ever get the?
I heard about that. I've never tried it though.
4 different scoops of each.
That's the best deal out there.
Sampling. Yeah, they went up a little bit. Shouts out to Handles. Hey, everybody got to get their money right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be at one point in time, I believe, $1 a scoop. It was like $3.99 for the 4-ball. Yeah, you get kind of like a little to-go package. You know, kind of looks like a square, small to-go package.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you get one scoop. 4 different. I mean, you get 4 different scoops of 4 different flavors. Yeah.
What's your go-to flavor?
Oh man, of ice cream.
Ice cream.
Probably cookie dough.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably. You know how much sugar is in that, Jay?
Dog, we ain't counting calories out here big time.
If you gonna eat ice cream, you just might as well go for it, right?
But listen, one of the worst things you could possibly do is now I'm a sugar-free candy guy.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I get on, you know, I'm on my grind or whatever, I can eat sugar-free candy for sure. And in the household, like my wife don't be tripping. She'll kind of look at it. My daughter, and like, but I have them try it, and they're like, okay, it's all right, it's edible. Now I cut the line at sugar-free ice cream, though.
Nah, don't do that.
Nah, don't deprive yourself, man. Damn. If you are not partaking in ice cream, you're not partaking in sugar ice cream, loaded, then don't even spoil your taste buds like that.
Okay.
What's your go-to?
Come on, bro. You already know.
I like cookies and cream too, man. I'm a good cream guy.
I'm kind of basic, bro. I'm basic.
Don't tell me chocolate, vanilla, Neapolitan type thing. Okay.
I'm more basic than that, bro.
Strawberry?
Straight vanilla.
Nothing. Not even French, not a vanilla bean, not a little
vanilla bean.
Okay, all right. You sound like my daughter, man. My daughter's like that.
Dog, straight for some reason, and I'll eat other ice cream. Like I'm okay with it. But if I have my choice, if I'm going and I'm ordering something, it's vanilla.
A little weak cup of vanilla.
I know. But I doctor it up, man.
Okay, I was going to say you spice him up.
I spice it up. I'll get a vanilla sundae, like a sundae.
Yep.
But if I'm at the crib, I got the whipped cream. I eat my ice cream with pretzels.
Oh, yeah. I know
all
people
the
like
time,
that. I mean,
bro.
there's ice cream with pretzels.
That's my go-to. That's my go-to. So I'm going to do that. Somebody on the text line, I see you out there from the 916.
What they say?
Go to Gunther's.
Oh, yeah, South Sac representative.
Yeah, he said come mingle in South Sac.
Absolutely. Frankly, I mean, Gunther's is a staple of the community. Been around for many moons, but definitely was before my time. Grew up going to Gunther's. That was one of those things that, you do good in school. Grandma come scoop you up, take you to Gunther's, take you to lunch, go get a little little Red Dragon or something on Broadway. You go do something like that.
What's Red Dragon?
Oh, come on, man.
Dog,
come on, man. You better stop.
See, hold up. Time out, Jay. Growing up, they always said there are no stupid questions.
True.
So I'm asking a
but
question.
They lied to you.
Because I'm trying to get educated.
It wasn't Mama Drapes. Right? If Mama Drapes said that, then I'm...
No, it was the teacher at the school.
Hello,
but what's Red Dragon?
It's a Chinese food place.
Get out
a
of here.
restaurant. Dog, we've had this conversation.
I'm going to look that up.
At one point in time, I loaded you with 20 spots leaving this place.
Dog, come on, man.
You ain't put that in. You keeping notes on excuses of the 49ers.
But you ain't give me that. I know. I'm going to really make one. Because here's why, bro. I'm looking for a really good Chinese spot in Sacramento, and I've not found one yet.
So let me say this. Cantonese, Chinese, Japanese, however you look at it. I tend to not tell people about Chinese foods because Chinese food is kind of one of those things from my experience. It's how you like it. I could be like New Station, right, is on Broadway. Love New Station. Love the combination rice. Love the salt and pepper pork chop thing. Like they got some things going on. I like Panda Garden, which is out in the Thomas area, right off Arena Boulevard. They get it. I don't know
any of these.
I know, but I'm saying, you've heard the Frank Fats, the typicals. Where we come from, we looking for that beef and broccoli straight out the back of the glass. It's bulletproof glass almost, and moms and aunties in the kitchen.
That's what I need.
Wayne's Walk. You talk about 24th and Florence, like where I grew up, right? Like, that's what you're looking for. But what I'm saying is sometimes you can recommend a Chinese food place, and some people are like, nah. It's Chinese food for me is just kind of one of those things you have to like. You have to like it where it comes from compared to like recommending a steakhouse, a breakfast spot, a brunch spot. Like you can't really go wrong with a waffle. Either you mess it up or you spice the waffle up. You can definitely, there's a lot going on with there's a spectrum of Chinese food, man.
So there's something I eat. I usually from East Coast Chinese food. Like when I'm on the East Coast, egg foo young is my go-to. Everybody's like, what's that, Drapes? That's not beef and broccoli. That's not, chow mein noodles. No, it's egg foo young. And I have not found East Coast egg foo young. And I got an uncle that live out here in Folsom. And he's like, Kyle, that East Coast Chinese food you eat ain't really Chinese food. That's why. Like out here, you got the real.
That's true. I can
Chinese
see that.
food.
I can see that.
But I need to find some East Coast egg foo young, bro.
Yeah, it's a little East Coast Chinese food and Japanese food and Cantonese food is definitely a little different than West Coast.
Yeah,
like I said, a lot of times, especially you in New York, Philly, DC, Boston.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, you slide through Providence, you slide through Connecticut. You slide through some of those places. Buffalo's one of those places, man. I used to go to Buffalo, and you get into the Chinese food place, and the place is about as big as a studio.
Really?
Yeah, you get in there, it's about as big as a studio, and you just seeing someone in the back cooking. And then again, it's kind of like takeout, a la carte. You grabbing it and you walking out. You can't even really sit down and eat nowhere. A lot of times that's what I see on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, it's not a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like to go, takeout joint.
Yes. Here's a little different. So, it just depends, man. I'll give you some, but I also understand sometimes people be like, nah, that's just not my style, my stilo.
Damn. All right.
I mean, that's kind of how I see with Chinese food.
But I'm like literally on a mission. I go all around.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of different Chinese places.
Okay.
Order it.
Yeah.
And it's not done the right way.
The proper way.
Yes.
I like Kings over off of, it was at Sheldon. Like they jump off.
Okay.
There's tons. One thing about Sacramento, this is foodie land. It's a lot to try. So I figure if you try one every week, maybe within a year, within 2025, right? You might stumble on something.
I got to legit make a list, no doubt about it. All right, we're going to switch back to the Kings as well. 916-339-1140. I'm going to open up the phone lines next segment. Coming up, who's under more pressure now? Mike Brown is gone. Team was underachieving, no doubt about it. But now, is it on the players? What about Monty? Does he have to make some moves? I want to hear from you guys. Me and Jay here till 6 o'clock. It's the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports, 1140.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-5795. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from a good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at the AEway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. ¿Vos está pronto?
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
It's the year-end sell-a-thon at Folsom Lake Ford. Get last chance year-end savings on your favorite new Ford models. Low payments and low finance rates while they last. Shop Folsom Lake Ford and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Wesley
Hey,
is a truck driver.
HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
California, it's the Ford Year-End Sell-a-thon. 14 days of the biggest savings on an incredible selection. So visit your California Ford dealer now through January 2nd and get great offers across the lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, like the built Ford Tough F-150 truck, part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 47 years and counting. Or the adventure-ready Ford Bronco Sport with GOAT modes to help you conquer the great outdoors. And check out the always electrifying Ford Mustang Mach-E with 0 to 60 thrills and 0 emissions. It's the Ford Year-End Sell-a-thon, and it's your chance to save. Whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, now is the best time to get behind the wheel of your brand new Ford truck or SUV and drive it home today. But hurry, these offers absolutely end January 2nd. So go to your California Ford dealer today. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Bad. We needed it bad. Happy we got it done. We know that was going to be down a few guys, and we know the other guys are going to come in and play hard. But yeah, I'm glad we took care of business.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Four o'clock hour here on the Drive Guys, Drapes and Jay, Sactown Sports 1140. Kevin Whitey Gleason will be back on Thursday after the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll get back to Kings talk here in a second, but I tell you, Jay, you just mentioned Chinese food.
It blew up. Huh?
Blew up. I mean, shout out to Chris, the mom. Yep, Egg Foo Young is an American creation, but there are restaurants that will make it to accommodate your palate. Do you like it with the bean sprouts, onions fried into the eggs with the sauce and gravy? I have to do some research because the places I knew are gone. Jade Fountain on Freeport and the place that keeps changing names on Broadway across from Target has good Chinese food.
Oh, yeah. They definitely have changed a million times.
Yeah. Is that a good spot? You been there?
Yeah. I haven't been there in a while because it used to be like the tap. No, excuse me. That was a tavern. Man, it was something prior to that, but it definitely changes quite a few times. I can't think of what the name is now.
Yeah, I'm craving it right now. You know, we're going to.
Dude, I'm going to send you like 10.
Dude, text me.
Again, you're going to have to come in town, get away from the burbs, come in town.
Yeah, you know, I'm always moving all over, bro.
You are.
I'm always out in the streets somewhere.
But I'll say this. If you're listening now, 916-339-1140, you can text in, of course, YouTube, phone. Drapes is way out in the middle of. No, I'm playing. He's in Folsom.
Come on, man.
I'm just playing. I just be throwing it out there. Drapes is super east. He's in Folsom. If you know anything like Cordova, you know, a little closer.
Yeah.
Help Drapes out, man. Because I'm more of a South Side guy. I keep it. You know, the one place, and this is the truth. I don't want to get on a tangent. The one place that is probably my weakest when it comes to the city of trees, it is going east. Like once I passed,
what?
You know, I passed Zinfandel,
You don't
Yeah, man, I ain't really rocking.
You ain't moving out my neck of the
like
woods?
Orangeville and all
on,
that.
man.
Yeah, I don't really rocking Orangeville and Folsom and El Dorado Hills, and I used to love going to Sam's Town long time ago back in the day, going way past Shingle, like in Shingle Springs and all that.
You used to go up there?
Come on, man, I'm an international traveler.
But you don't do it anymore. You don't do it anymore.
Yeah, because ain't nothing up there. Ain't nothing going that way for me, not to be like that, but there's really I don't have family going that way.
Yeah.
It's normally kind of, my wife goes up there. She dangles in Folsom and El Dorado Hills. She got some peoples up there, but all I know is you and HT.
That's it.
That's all I really know in Folsom.
That's about it. Me and HT up there. Speaking of HT, that dude never want to hang out in Folsom though. Like I'd be like, bro, when we getting out? Because I'm by myself most of the time. He's like, well, Big Mama got holding me down right now. And I'm like, bro, come out. Like, let's go out. Fellas could do dinner. Brothers could go out for dinner. Have some fellowship going on, man. Shout out to High Flyer out there. It's funny, Jay, 916-339-1140. We want to get back to the Kings coming off a nice win last night, 110-100. I haven't even set the segment yet, Jay. I haven't even thrown out the question, the topic, and people are already weighing in. Leezy on the 916. Drapes. Fox is under pressure. He can't blame Buddy, Tyrese, Luke, Mike. It's on him now. This ain't the same bad teams he's been on. And somebody else from the 916. With the firing of Brown, I've lowered my expectations for this season. Coach changes mid-season usually don't work out well. Still happy to see the Kings win, but I expect more changes soon. And that brings us to this discussion. Looking at the record, Mike Brown as head coach this season, they weren't getting it done. The team wasn't getting it done. 13-19, that's not going to get it done. 13-18 under Mike Brown, not going to get it done. And the belief is the roster as constructed should be better record-wise than they are right now. The roster should be better. The record should be better than what they are right now. And I agree with that. You got 3 guys averaging 20 or more points per game. You got multiple all-stars. You got arguably a top 3 big man in the league in Domantas Sabonis, all NBA, 2 straight seasons. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's now in his prime, clutch player, two-way player. This team should be better. But now, who's the pressure on? It's easy to get rid of the coach. And I'm not saying it was easy to get rid of Mike Brown because everybody loved Mike Brown in the organization, in the city. We all love Mike Brown, no doubt about it. But it's like, all right, something's wrong. What's the first change? It's the head coach. Now who has the pressure? Now who faces the pressure? Is it still on Monty McNair to upgrade the roster? You got the February 6th trade deadline. And I can argue, Jay, and I don't know if Monty feels this or not, I could argue watching the Lakers go out there and get Dorian Finney-Smith. I can argue watching the Warriors go out there and get Dennis Schroeder. It's like an arms race. It's like our rivals are improving. What about us? And I think when you talk about pressure, there's pressure from the fan base, pressure from the organization, your own pressure, because we know everybody wants to win. We know this Kings team and franchise wants to compete for a championship. But what about the players? How much is on De'Aaron Fox now? How much is on Domas now? I argue, I don't know if the players feel a whole lot of pressure. I see you look at Jay. Jay giving me that look right there. Jay's giving me that look.
Let me sift through that one more time. So you think I
think there's more pressure on the front office than the actual players.
Okay. I think so too now. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I you know what it is, Drapes? And this was something that we haven't talked about that I figured we'd talk about sooner or later. And no disrespect to Dorian Finney-Smith. Mm-hmm. No disrespect. I think he's a good ball player. I thought he was way better on the Dallas Mavs, a few years ago. That'd be 3 years ago now. When they played the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, Dorian Finney-Smith was one of those guys that they really kind of pressed to play, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry defensively. Long, athletic, can shoot the three, stand still 3-point shooter when he needs to be. But I get the part of this. Kings fans want something to be done, and I'm with that. If Dorian Finney-Smith was coming to the Sacramento Kings, I'm accepting them with open arms. But Dorian Finney-Smith is not changing the projection of this team moving forward. I don't think I don't think he's the guy. And I understand, then you're probably going to say, well, Jay, who is the guy?
Right.
Who is that guy?
Who is that?
And I don't want to go down to John Collins and the Kuzmas and the Zach Levines and the Jimmy Butlers and the
all that again.
I'm just saying it shows, and follow me here, it shows that this fan base wants something to be done to where the point that we're grasping at straws. And it sounds bad because the Lakers, who are kind of in the same boat as the Kings, but their expiration date is a little sooner than the Kings. And I know Kings fans don't want to hear that because we're talking about this season. But LeBron is only here for another year, maybe 2. The Kings have some room, as we see with Domantas Sabonis' contract. We see DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year. They have a little more wiggle room. I know Kings fans don't want to hear that.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
I get it. But I say that to say this. The setup is this. Dorian Finney-Smith is not the golden goose. Dorian Finney-Smith is not the game changer that is going to change the Lakers into winning the championship. Now, he may be one of the pieces, but believe me, they're still looking for another piece or two. And I know he wasn't the only one that came in the trade, but I'm just saying, I think that's how desperate fan bases are in the NBA and the Kings as well, that just what you said, it's an arm race.
Yeah.
Who can you get and who's available right now? Compared to watch some of the names that start to fall the next 3 or 4 weeks. Not right now.
Not right now.
And we've heard Anthony Slater on this show say what? Yeah, I don't really expect too many things happen in the next couple of weeks, post the new year, whatever.
Yeah.
But as we cook around middle January, I expect to see some names start to fall. And I'm not asking Kings fans to be patient. I know that's what it sounds like. Because I'm also asking the Kings, they need to put together some wins. Why they look out and trying to add some arms race. But I'm also saying Dorian Finney-Smith ain't the answer. It's a lot.
TCG on the YouTube chat
like the
says otherwise.
Place almost what was it?
Tall
TCG?
Chinese guy, TCG. You crazy, Jay. DFS definitely would put the Kings in the right direction. He can guard 1 through 5. Would have improved bench greatly.
Can he?
I mean, he ain't guarding Jokic.
Come on,
like
man.
that. I mean, but
see, that's what I'm saying as far as the Kings, and TCG is one of my guys. I got love for TCG. There is something to be said. He can improve this team, the Kings, yes. But he ain't the answer to what I believe the Kings fans are looking for. Maybe I should say it in that way. Like,
do we even know what we're looking for, though, Jay?
No.
Damn.
No, I don't. I think we all have I think you believe, player A can help the Kings a little more than I believe that. I'm pretty sure if Whitey was here, he'd believe player B would help player, would mean more than some of the guys that I think. And I get that, but I'm just saying we're not a Dorian Finney-Smith player away from cracking the top 3 or 4 spot in the playoffs. Like DFS ain't changing a team's narrative that much. You think DFS can come in and change the Lakers from being 18-13, which is a good record.
That's solid.
Yeah, they're second in the Pacific right now. So I'm not, whatever. But take them to a championship team right now.
I don't know if he takes them to a champ, but he gives them shooting and defense. LeBron now doesn't have to guard the best wing player. You got multiple bodies you can throw out there to guard. I think that's our issue. We're maybe not DFS ain't moving us to the championship,
right?
But he's helping us out. He's upgrading the talent on the roster. He's making us a deeper team where Doug Christie can turn to our bench and say, "Oh man, we got a 3-and-D guy that could come out here."
Is he though?
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's in that mode.
I think you.
He's shooting good from 3-point. Shooting 45%. I'm not questioning
You're disrespecting Dorian Finney-Smith
I'm not,
right now.
And that's the thing. I think he's a good ball player. I think DFS on this team would make this team look better. I'm not sure this team would be better though. And that's what I'm saying. Is it kicks back to the question that you proposed in the beginning of this segment is. That's why, to me, answer the question, the pressure's on my team. Because I'm playing armchair GM right now on the show, and the form is saying, like, DFS isn't the guy. But as TCG, tall Chinese guy, is saying, Jay, you out your mind. I think what you're saying is like, look, he'll help this team. And what I'm saying is that's why the pressure going to be on Monty, because Monty's got to find those guys that really are going to turn this team into a contender or a playoff team or however, you see fit.
Well, we do know, and based on Ramona Shelburne's reporting, the Kings have been in on Kuzma. They've been on Levine and on Ingram.
Yeah.
And on all of these players. But I think from a fan base standpoint, and why I agree with you, pressure's on Monty. We look at the last couple of trade deadlines, he hasn't done much. But he did get DeMar DeRozan. We got to have gotta give him some love on that.
Yeah. And DeMontis Sabonis.
And Sabonis.
Come on,
that was
now.
a home run.
Yeah.
That was a home run. Re-signed Malik Monk.
Come on.
That was a home run. No doubt about it. But when you see Dallas do what they did last year, you see the Lakers going out, the Warriors going out, you know how it is. It's like being a little kid, Jay. And this is not an insult. I'm just saying the psychology of it. You get a new bike, but then your next door neighbor get a new scooter. Then somebody down the street get a new toy, a new Xbox. You forget about your new bike because they got the newest stuff.
Right.
They got you go out and get last year's Jordans and feeling happy till this year's Jordans drop. And you're like, damn, I wish I had those. And that's what it's like right now for Sacramento Kings fans. We forget this team got DeMontis Sabonis. We forget we got DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, and some of the other moves because we're watching everybody else. And also this Kings fan base got a taste of success. That euphoric feeling of that 48-win season, and they won it again. And so, saying that, the players are going to play. De'Aaron Fox is going to be De'Aaron Fox. Domas is going to be DeMar. Like, I don't think they feel the pressure.
You don't think so? Of what? As far as performing for the fan base or performing for themselves? Like, in what form?
Like, I think they feel, and this is just me speaking, I haven't talked to anybody, they're going to play the best they can play. Like, do they want to make shots? Yes. Does Keegan want to start knocking them down? Yes. But I don't know if they feel the pressure of, oh my God, I might get traded. I got to perform. You know what I mean? You think De'Aaron's like sitting in the corner? Oh, if I don't, I might get traded.
I think there's levels to it.
Yeah.
I think De'Aaron, and he said it today, and we're going to play it. He can't control what's going on. Right. Absolutely. Right. And he said today, sound is like, I had no hand in what happened with Mike Brown at all.
Right.
But I'd be calling myself crazy if stars, and I'm not saying De'Aaron, but I'm saying stars have some type of input. Now, De'Aaron didn't seem to have any input, or I'll just say this. From reports, he had no input in what happened with Mike Brown. Let me make sure that's clear. If that's true, I don't know, but I could take it as face value. But I do think there are certain stars throughout this league that have some input and they're not feeling scared or frustrated or, panicked. Now, those are stars. Let me take it down another level. Rotational guys, maybe the fifth guy in the starting five. I think you start to see some of that pressure in some forms on some teams. Because Drapes, and you know this better than most people being a part of a team. And you said it yesterday. These people are human beings.
Yes.
their families are reading these things socially. More now than ever, social network is taking, built a bridge between, like I said, celebrities and the average more than ever. You can't tell me some of these guys aren't reading things on social network and it's like, man, if I don't go out there and hit this 3, I might be out of here. Like I might be, and I'll be honest, I see that, I think, from the Kings in certain form. Like I think the Kings players, not all of them, but certain ones, feel the pressure. And it may be to perform, it may be to live up to something, it may be to go out there and make the fans happy. But I think players feel that there's some type of pressure there.
But I feel like that was there even before the Mike Brown decision. You know what I mean? Like, that's just natural pressure that comes with it. And I would say I want them to feel pressure. I don't want them to be chilling, relaxed, comfortable. You know what I mean? I want them to be on edge like, no, we got to get this win. But I think looking at it from the fan base standpoint, the fans are looking at Monty and saying, what's your next move, sir?
No doubt now.
What's your next move? Okay. You change the coaches. We'll see how that goes. But we know there's a belief in this core of this roster. You can look at the analytics numbers and everything, offensive rating and all that. Kings top 10 team. So there's the belief that this core is good enough. But now you need the side dishes. You need some more seasoning with it. True. You need the dessert. Like we got the turkey or the brisket or the tri-tip or whatever meat you like. But what's the side? And that's why people say Dorian Finney-Smith is a side piece, a side dish.
But he's like the more.
But he like the cranberry sauce that you don't really.
I was going to say he like the Brussels sprouts.
Don't.
I like. But
okay,
that's the thing. I like Brussels sprouts. You ask my daughter, she gonna like Brussels sprouts. You ask her friend, they come over, stay the night. I'm cool off the Brussels sprout. Like Dorian Finney-Smith to me is not a guaranteed bona fide game changer. I truly believe the Kings, as much as, like you said, I'm with you. I think the meat has already been smoked. It's been carved and it's on the plate.
It's on the plate.
But I need the sweet potato.
Ooh.
I need the mac and cheese. Everybody like mac and cheese. Who don't like mac and cheese? I need the mac and cheese side dish.
Right.
I don't need the.
Sometimes you in, sometimes you out.
Yeah, like what, man? Okay. Spinach. If I'm feeling cool, I'll take it. Depending on how it's cooked, whatever. Like, and I think that's what a lot of the Kings fans are looking for. And again, I could be wrong, but I think it all goes back to not public enemy number one, but the person who's feeling the most pressure right now that Coach Brown's situation has been, I don't want to say resolved, but it has been adjusted. Something has happened. I think it has to go on Monty. I think not meaning he, but fans feel, okay, like you said, it's your move now.
Right.
You did move one, that was to remove the head coach. You put in a head coach that is highly respected, legendary around here in Sacramento. Don't make him a lame duck. I think that's how fans are looking at it. Second part of it is, I think now you're looking at the general manager, and then now you're looking at your star players.
Right.
Like, I think it runs that way. General manager, star players. However you see fit, some people would probably say De'Aaron, somebody say Domas, somebody say DeMar. And then I would venture to say, not the side dishes, but kind of like your B main dish, right? Like when you're talking about Chinese food. Most people eat Chinese food in the form of some type of form of lo mein, chow mein, some form of rice. Those are kind of like your two main. Those things are always constant.
Yeah.
And then you move around your protein or, like you said. So I think we're looking for kind of like we have our lo mein, chow mein. We're looking for that fried rice a little bit now. The combination, you pork fried, chicken fried, where are you handling that? And so I think that's why you're going to hear some people talk about Keegan too. because Keegan is kind of one of those guys, like he's a constant.
Right.
Even early in the show, Drapes, people were kind of talking about, yeah, the win was this and all that, but Keegan played poorly, and you had to correct some people.
Right. We're going to dive into this because this is interesting right here, because when you look at the Kings, there's a belief that this top tier, the main ingredients, the main meal, the main dish, talking about the star players, is good enough. But what about some of the side dishes? Who's under pressure? Is it on maybe the star players to step up even more, to be even better than what they are? Or is it on the front office? I want to hear from you out there, 916-339-1140. I got some open phone lines right now, so you can get right in. Much more of the drive, guys. Who's under pressure when it comes to the Sacramento Kings? We'll dive into that here. Drapes and Jay here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center wishing you a happy new year. 2025 starts off seasonably cool with temperatures in the low 40s Wednesday morning, afternoon highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's time to find your dream car at the Roseville Auto Mall. 17 award-winning dealers and the largest selection in Northern California. Now's the perfect time to save big during our end-of-year clearance sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
There's no better time than the beginning of a new year to get ready to make good on all of those promises you've made to yourself about getting fit. And there's no better place than In Shape Fitness to get the ball rolling or bouncing. So grab some friends for a game of pickup basketball on our courts. Or stretch your limits in a yoga or Pilates class. In Shape personal trainers are standing by, just waiting for the opportunity to help you create a happy new you. We are In Shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Macy's Herald Square is the holiday destination. So unless you're planning a trip to the actual North Pole, this has to be on your list for holiday shopping and sightseeing. Experience Macy's Holiday Square by Urban Space, a wonderland of pop-up shops filled with unique items and irresistible holiday confections from across the city and the globe. But don't wait. The last day is Friday, January 3rd. Holiday magic is here at Macy's Holiday Square by Urban Space, only at Macy's Herald Square on 34th and Broadway.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Back here on the drive, guys. Sactown Sports 1140. Drapes and Jay holding it down. Kings coming off that 110-100 win against the Dallas Mavericks last night. They take on the Philadelphia 76ers minus Joel Embiid tomorrow at Golden One Center. No Embiid tomorrow. He's out. Sixers say because of, quote, rest. So basically, they're giving him the night off. Kings, meanwhile, looking to string together back-to-back wins for the first time in a long time. Big game tomorrow at home against the Philadelphia 76ers. We've been talking about the Kings and who feels pressure. What is it? The players, front office, ownership. Trade deadline is 5 weeks away. That's crazy. 5 weeks away. And we'll see if Monty McNair and Wes and all those guys do anything. We know they've been in on some big names, just haven't been able to close it out. Brandon Ingram, somebody on the text line says Ingram is the piece that would make us contenders. Somebody from the 209 says that. Somebody from the 916, Chris the Mom, the front office needs to find more substantial side dishes to bring out better flavor in the main dishes for the meal to be a winner.
Yeah, that's somebody that's cooking. Moms get down.
Chris the Mom. Yeah. Shout out to Chris the Mom. No doubt about that.
But I think that's spot on. I like the way that was worded, and I agree.
You like how Chris the Mom is thinking out there. No doubt about it. Let's get to the phone lines. 916-339-1140. We've been talking about the Kings. Also, your boy is looking for some great Chinese food. I need to find some East Coast egg foo young. Maybe my guy Lou can help me out. Lou, you're on with Drapes and Jay. What's happening, man?
Hey, how you guys doing? Great, Jay.
Good. What's up, Lou?
First time caller, lifetime Kings fan since '85.
Okay.
So I got two things for you, the Kings, and then we'll go jump on the Chinese restaurant. So I'm with you. Definitely need more side dishes. And as far as pressure, yeah, definitely on the players and Monty. He's got to make some moves because the fans are tired of losing. And we need a winner. And like I said, I've been watching these guys either live or on my 65-inch in my front room here for 40 years. And us fans are tired of losing. We need to make some moves. I think we need a big man on the wing to help out with Domas because he can't do everything. He can't rebound. He can rebound, obviously, but he needs some help.
Appreciate you, Lou. Yeah, I agree, man. I think one of the issues with the Kings is me and Jay talked about it. What are we looking for? Do we need upper end talent? Do we need an Ingram, Levine, a star like that? Or do we need Dorian Finney-Smith? Do we need somebody of that level, Lou? And I think that's one of the issues. Lou, I know you got some Chinese food recommendations also. What you got?
Okay, yeah, I know you say you're going to be going out to Folsom or you like to hang out in Folsom. Anyway, I don't know if you've been out to, it's called Hop Sing's Palace.
Yes.
In the town of Folsom.
Been to Hop Sing, yes. That's as close as I've gotten so far. I'm still looking for a little closer, but it's not bad, but I still need a little more, Lou.
Okay, that was going to be my recommendation because we went there a few times and we had more food than we could handle. And so I thought maybe if you hadn't been there, that was going to be my recommendation. So I hope you find what you're looking for out there, and let's get some wins. We need some wins.
Hey, great first call, Lou. Appreciate you, man. I'm with you. All right, man.
I love you guys, man. I've been listening to you guys and watching the Kings game forever, man. You guys take care.
All right, appreciate that love. That's our guy Lou chiming in on Chinese food and on the King. But Jay, I'm gonna go back to what I'm talking about. Obviously pressures on the organization, front office, players. But what is it that we need?
Yeah.
What is it that we're looking for? I've been a big John Collins guy. I love me some John Collins. It's going to be tough to get him, though. But is Dorian Finney-Smith enough? Or, Jay, how about this? You saw us saying Dorian Finney-Smith ain't no golden goose. Maybe you don't need the golden goose right now.
True.
Maybe it's a process. Maybe you add another side dish, the cranberry sauce or something like that. And then this offseason, go get the mac and cheese to go with it.
Which is kind of what I've been saying. I know people don't want to hear that, but I've said I'm going to extend my, I guess my allotment to allow this front office, and that was prior to Mike Brown. So I get, we're in a little more dire need situation now compared to, 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been the person that's kind of said, I think this offseason for me is when I start to look around and say, okay, wait a minute. If things haven't been maneuvered or at least try to be put in place of looking and hunting for a championship, then I'm going to start to kind of pound the table a little bit. But with that being said, I also believe you have to take the steps. And that's why I say it's a catch-22, and I don't want to be misunderstood. Dorian Finney-Smith is a great piece for a team that is probably one piece away right now for a championship. Dorian Finney-Smith is a good piece for a Sacramento Kings team that looks to be going to be battling for a playoff position for the rest of this season. But Drapes, you tell me, dear listener, you tell me, 916-339-1140 would be, knowing what we've known now, 72, 4 or 5 days removed of what's happened with Mike Brown. I think this Kings, fan base would accept Dorian Finney-Smith because it's a move compared to like, oh, this is a good move. And I think there's a difference. I think if we meaning the Kings made the move of what the Lakers just did, people would celebrate it because it is a move. We're hunting, we're looking for something to be done. And anything when it comes player-wise, bringing in another player wouldn't go, would be the grand scheme of things. But I'm like, does DFS really push the narrative in the form of what we're going to be looking at the end of this season? And so it's kind of like for me, and I'm going to just say it, as simple as can be. For me, Drapes, the next two moves got to be the right moves for this team. Right. Not the next move has to be the right move, but I think the next two moves need to be the right move. Now, if you're telling me DFS is one of the first to set up a major move down the road, okay. If you're saying DFS and a Bruce Brown or a Struther or a...
That's not it?
That's not it for me. Because then I'm going to keep it a buck. Now, guess what? Monty then shifts that pressure because now he can say, well, I made a move. I did what people asked me to do. I made two moves. I did. And then what are we going to be asking next when it doesn't happen, when they don't win or they don't make the playoffs or they don't get a championship? Now the pressure moves squarely on Domas, squarely on De'Aaron. And to me, this fan base has shown, man, if that's going to be a tough place to be when they're not winning, if they don't succeed in what the moves, lead to.
Well, here's the thing, and you guys can weigh in 916-339-1140, 916-339-1140. I feel like when it comes to Monty and Wes and Paul and all those guys over there, we're looking at them through different lenses. We're looking at them through three different lenses, if we will. And follow me here, Kings fans. One, you're looking at them, how do you draft? Two, you're looking at free agency. And three, you're looking at trades. I think because they haven't done anything at the trade deadline, people make it seem like Monty hasn't done anything.
In-season moves.
Mm-hmm. But I was in the town. I was here. I wasn't in the building. But when DeMar rolled through the town, that was probably the second best moment since I've been in Sacramento. When word came that we were getting DeMar DeRozan, but because it wasn't an in-season move, it's sort of like, Monty, what you going to do in season? It's like, all right, that was nice, but
looking for the Domas Halliburton.
Yes, we looking for that. We looking for, all right, 30-something games in. We see these issues. How do you address it? Not in the offseason, but at the trade deadline. And so when I look at Monty and what he's done, I think he's done fine in the offseason.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Offseason's been great.
And one thing I say this too, Drapes, not to cut you off real quick. I think he's thrown the dart at the wall in off season. Right. Like the Duartes, the J-Max, the Sashas. He's tried to go get, fill in the roster. Yeah. They haven't worked out to certain extents, but he's definitely been one of those guys. Like, I'm going to throw a bunch of darts and see if one sticks.
Exactly. 916-339-1140. But here's the question. We got the February 6th trade deadline coming. We know what this team needs in terms of size, athleticism, shooting. And we could talk about shooting coming up in just a little bit. But when you look at it, I'm looking at teams making moves. Dallas, Golden State. It's hard not to feel the pressure when your rivals are going out there and making power moves like that. Coming up next, I'm going to let you guys chime in. Me and Jay been talking, 916-339-1140. We're going to get to the phone lines as well. What would you like to see the Kings do? Who's under some pressure? Players? Monty McNair, does he have to make a move here in the next 5 weeks before the trade deadline? We'll take your calls here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center wishing you a happy new year. 2025 starts off seasonably cool with temperatures in the low 40s Wednesday morning, afternoon highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's time to find your dream car at the Roseville Auto Mall. 17 award-winning dealers and the largest selection in Northern California. Now's the perfect time to save big during our end-of-year clearance sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com. No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel are extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
There's a reason why more and more people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. And it's not just because they're centrally located next to Hagan Oaks Golf Course. It's because they make the car buying experience different than anywhere else. Yeah, of course they can get you a great price. That's the easy part. Where their general manager, Chuck Dean, and his team really make a difference is they don't believe you should have to sacrifice great customer service to get a great deal. Stomp on in today and see for yourself. That's Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the place where a handshake still means something.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Coming up at the top of the hour, De'Aaron Fox speaks. We'll play some sound from today's practice, today's media availability. De'Aaron Fox addressing a number of things, including the belief that he had some say in the firing of Mike Brown. It's been reported, and I've been told that the players had no impact, no say in that matter, did not consult or anything like that. You'll hear from De'Aaron on that coming up at the top of the hour. But back to our discussion at hand in terms of who's feeling the pressure right now. Really the pressure to turn this thing around, get it back on track. Is it on the players? Is it on Doug Christie and the coaches now? What about the front office? We got that February 6th trade deadline coming up in just a little bit, in 5 weeks. 5 weeks from Thursday, the trade deadline. So will Monty McNair make a big move? Let's get to the phone lines, Jay. 916-339-1140. Lewis has been hanging on. Lewis, what's up, man? You're on with Drapes and Jay.
Hey, what's going on now? Hey, first thing I'm going to say is this. Love you on the telecast. You the man, love what you and Katie do. It's awesome, right? So there's that part. Oh, what a call drop.
I'm there, Lewis. You there?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm listening, bro. I want you to tell me more, man. Keep blowing me up.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So y'all are doing an amazing job. Got it.
Hey, Lewis, is your radio down?
Yeah. Let me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Got it.
Go for it.
I'm in my car, so I didn't know what to do. You guys, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not being.
All right, I got you.
Shucks. Okay. All right. Here I am. Okay. You guys okay with this?
Let's do it, Lewis. Go ahead, man.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all this now. I loved what I saw last night from the Kings. I loved the energy, the passion. The part I loved the most was when Doug Christie trusted the bench. We were up 10. There was about a minute left, and things didn't go our way. We got a foul. We missed a shot. They hit a shot. It dropped to about 7 points. You know what Doug did? He looked at them dudes. He looked at our gentlemen, and he was like, y'all got this. And you know what they did? Lynn got a rebound. They got a score. And we closed it on out, and we lit the beam. So I'm just, for me, it's New Year's Eve. We coming into 2025. I could tell you 100 things that I thought Brown did wrong. I could tell you 100 things I think Fox has done wrong. All of them. Nobody's got clean hands except for you and Katie, sir. But listen, I'm going to tell you, it's 2025, and we got Doug Christie. He's the man, and I like him. And I like what he did last night when he trusted the group. to go ahead and bring it home. And they really played for him last night, and I'm solid about that. All right.
Yes. Appreciate that, Lewis, and appreciate the love, man. I'm glad you enjoyed me and Katie together. We'll be back on tomorrow, as a matter of fact, when the Kings take on the Sixers. I will say this about Doug, to Lewis's point. He did trust the bench, and not even I'm talking about the last group. He rocked with Keon Ellis a little more late in that game also. He didn't bring back DeMar at his usual spot. Remember, I mentioned earlier, if you missed it, DeMar only played 9 minutes and change in that second half. And one thing I heard from Doug in some of the team meetings, and Katie talked about this on the broadcast, he talked about who his top 9 are, his 9 core guys that are going to play pretty much every night. But then he also talked about everybody else on the roster. He looked at Doug McDermott. Doug, when I need buckets and I need shooting, I'm coming to you. Kobe, when I need defense and energy, I'm coming to you. J-Mac, when I need defense, steady hand, I'm coming to you. And he coached that way last night. The Kings had a lead, so he stuck with his defensive lineup.
Yeah.
With Keon Ellis out there.
Yeah.
Late in the game.
Even Alex Lynn played a little longer than I thought he was going to play.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So he's coaching to the situation of the game.
True.
Not a predetermined, here's my rotation. Analytics. Mm-hmm. This is it. Doug is seeing, how's the flow going? What do I need? All right, if I'm down, I'm going with my offensive unit. If I'm up late in the game, I'm going with my defensive unit to close this thing out. I thought that was interesting as well. I will say, though, he emptied the bench as I'm calling the game. I'm like, dude, it's still 90 seconds, and it's only a 10-point game. I don't know if you should empty the bench yet.
Well, I think he went vice versa with Jason Kidd.
Yeah, because Jason Kidd emptied his bench.
Right. He called the timeout. Yeah. You could kind of see he grabbed the clipboard. I looked over, and he just started pointing at everybody. Rip your jerseys off.
I was a little nervous there, though, Jay.
I get it.
Because I think J-Mac got stripped. He got stripped. And I was like,
there were a few people around us, and I was looking around. I was like, oh, it was like, come on. Got down to 8, the three-pointer, got hit. The other thing, too, and this is part of our job as alerting fans. If you haven't seen this, and I'm not saying that fans haven't, but if you haven't, one of the things that you've talked about a lot with Coach Doug Christie is this, and I saw this real quick. You can see it exemplified in many of the actions last night, and I think it's going to help this team is Doug is over positive. Like he is, you can't bring him down when it comes to basketball. Right. He loves basketball so much that there's nothing wrong with the art of basketball to him. Even if you're losing, he feels there is opportunity to, grab a win even in a loss.
Yeah.
He feels there's opportunity to always teach and uplift, his team and his players. Mm-hmm. And you could see that quickly last night. And I'm not saying Coach Mike Brown didn't do that. We all do it in different forms. And I think that was part of the bridge between Coach Brown and the players is something along the line. They just the bridge wasn't as clear. It was a little, congested.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if Doug is going to be able to do those things with these players because we don't know, whose bridge is really congested. We don't know who's going to be here for that long of an extended period of time. I do believe there will be some changes being made by the front office. But I thought you saw that in instances when De'Aaron was fired up last night, Doug stepped in and he didn't make it about him, but he made sure that it wasn't about De'Aaron anymore. Like he kind of was like the defensive blocker of
took the pressure off on him. Yeah.
There was an opportunity, once or twice in there where you could see some of the fans was kind of starting to turn on Kevin Huerter quick.
Yes.
He missed a couple shots coming off screens and it wasn't there. And I don't know if we got to talk to Coach, but I don't know if he just was exuding confidence in Kevin Huerter and he stuck with Kevin Huerter. And to me, the way I feel is Coach Brown stuck with Kevin Huerter, but I think people will say, oh, well, too long. It's went on too long. There was still, and you said this earlier, Kevin Huerter was still playing with a little more pizzazz last night.
Yeah, he was.
He hit his one shot. He started beating on his chest.
Right.
Like something is a little different.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what D was trying to, Coach Doug was really trying to like exemplify. we can play hard, we can play tough, we can play fast, but confidence is, you got to put that confidence behind your players some kind of way. And I just felt it was a little different yesterday.
Yeah, I'm with you. And one thing he's talked about is you're not going to win every game. You're not going to make every shot. You're not going to get every stop. But that that effort and the compete should be there no matter what. You talk about Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter hit one shot last night. Kevin Huerter was 1 of 5 last night. But he was still very much engaged in the game.
He was.
He still was very much a part. You don't let the results of whether a shot goes in and out determine how good of a game you have, how much you can help this team win. And I thought that's why I look at Keegan Murray. People say, Drapes, he only scored 4 points. He had an awful game. Nah, but in the biggest of moments, when he needed them, he made other kind of plays, some of the rebounding. He had 2 steals, tipping the ball out, keeping the ball alive. Like, he was engaged. It wasn't like, all right, Keegan, you're not hitting shots, so you have no value to us. No, he had value. Kevin Huerter had value despite the shots not falling last night. All right, coming up in a minute, I promised we would hear from De'Aaron Fox. He spoke after practice today. He's been in the news a lot lately. You'll hear from the man himself, D. Fox, coming up next here on The Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140.
Getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-414-4420 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-414-4420 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-414-4420 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, you got to tell me what's going on for the Wrap Up the Year sales event.
Wrap up our biggest savings of the year with up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram heavy duties. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, including the hard-to-find heavy duties, your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
That's a huge selection of Rams, and that's why Hoblet's the top Ram dealer in California, Chad.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Start, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 tradesmans after 10,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 3,000 Hoblet inventory coupons while supplies last, 2,000 trade-in assistance on qualifying trades, 500 upfit, 2,000 California commercial business bonus cash, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 357-313. See dealer for details.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD 1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Final hour of the Drive Guys in 2024. Drapes and Jay holding it down. Kevin Whitey Gleason will be back here on Thursday as we begin 2025. Talking about the Sacramento Kings getting that win last night against the Dallas Mavericks, ending that 6-game losing streak, proving to 14-19 on the season. Up next, the Philadelphia 76ers, who've been playing some better basketball as of late. They're coming off a big win. Remember Christmas Day, they beat the Celtics. But they'll be without Joel Embiid, so an opportunity for the Kings to get a win tomorrow night at home. You know, De'Aaron Fox has been in the news a lot lately, obviously, you know, making some of the comments about his contract situation. De'Aaron Fox eligible for an extension, turned it down before the season. We'll see if he earns all NBA and can earn close to $342 million, that kind of contract. We'll wait and see. But Ramona Shelburne had an interesting piece on ESPN. And there's some interesting comments from De'Aaron, and I want to recap that, and we'll hear from De'Aaron coming up in just a second. When talking about the firing of Mike Brown, there's some who believe De'Aaron may have got tired of Mike calling him out in the media, may have had something to do with it. And De'Aaron said, quote, "I feel like there's this perception that people thought we were at odds. You can ask anybody in this organization. Me and Mike have never even had an argument. We could disagree with something. We talked about it, and it was gone." De'Aaron goes on to say about Mike Brown coaching him in public, basically, "I'm fine with that. He told me things, then he said it to the media. And obviously he still played me 40 minutes because he wanted me to do those things. He was being tough on that." And this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about it, Jay, because it's kind of, you know, I think it can be put to bed.
The last time you want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it,
It ain't
right.
gonna be the last time you talk about it.
Right, it ain't going to be the last time I want to talk about it. But De'Aaron was asked today about the narrative that he was somehow involved in Mike Brown's firing and all the chatter going on, and especially the vitriol that came out against him after the firing of Mike Brown. Here's what De'Aaron had to say after practice about that today. He talked about it. Reporters were there asking him about it, asking him about how he's handled it. What's been his reaction? He's fired back at some people, including our own Alan Stiles, on social media, challenging them. His wife, Rasea, fired back against the narrative also about whether he had something to do with Mike Brown's firing. In Ramona Shelburne's piece, she mentioned neither Domas, DeMar, or De'Aaron were aware of it beforehand. But I felt it was important we hear from De'Aaron himself on this because, like I said, ever since it happened on Friday, people have thought maybe De'Aaron had something to do with it. People have been taking shots. Here's what De'Aaron had to say when asked about just the last 72 to 96 hours and the way people have sort of built this narrative that somehow he had something to do with Mike Brown's firing.
I mean, I wish we got that type of coverage all the time, right? Like, now you're to talk because something bad happened. But at this point, if you want to place that blame on me, like I had no say so. I found out 2 minutes before everybody else found out. I was standing in UPS, dropping out a package on the way to the airport. I found out just like everybody else. So, I mean, that is what it is. I'm done talking about that.
What more needs to be said, Jay? You say
he said it.
I'm not done talking about it, but I want to be done talking about it. Like, it happened. However it happened, it happened. Now the question is, we talked, the last hour about pressure. Now the question is, all right, Mike is gone. We can't point to him no more and say he's the reason the team was 13-18 when he was head coach this season. Now we got to look forward. Is it on the players? Is it on the front office? De'Aaron just put that narrative to bed, but now he has to go out there and prove it on the court and play his best on the court. And he talked about the team, where they stand, the roster, just how good this unit as currently constructed can be. Here's what De'Aaron said about the group he has with him.
It all starts defensively. I think we still end up only shooting like 40% from the field or something like that. But 102 points is enough to get it done. And like I said, outside of what we did in that first quarter, holding into about basically 63 points in the last 3 quarters, no matter who's out there, is a good job defensively.
So he is talking about last night's game and first quarter withstanding 63 points over the final 3 quarters, enough to get it done. And I understand Dallas didn't have their stars, so maybe the defensive numbers could be skewed a little bit.
I don't care, Drapes. I'm not letting that away today. I'm taking the win.
We'll take the win, and I'm going to take the way they played, man. Because if they would have lost the game, best believe they would have been getting ripped. They would have been getting criticized. But I just mentioned it earlier. They outscored the Dallas Mavericks over the last 3 quarters. Dallas had 63. The Kings had 87. 87-63 over the final 3 quarters.
They needed it because that first one, boy, we was off on the wrong foot.
We were. But then also, De'Aaron Fox, I want to play this next bite as well. Talking about going forward, the basketball that needs to be played. This team right now is 14-19. Let me do the math, Jay. If I'm correct, they have 49 games left to go. Still plenty of time to make some noise in this Western Conference. Here's De'Aaron Fox talking about his focus on playing moving forward.
I think in the middle of the season, I don't know if the dust ever settles with that, but when you step out on the court, the only thing that you can think about is what's going on in that moment. So we're out there playing. We're trying to fix things that we wanted to fix before, and you go out there and you try to win every minute that you're out there.
And that's the thing too, Jay, that I think is important to note. And even before Mike Brown was fired, I went to practice and I didn't feel all the noise outside seeping in on the inside. And I would imagine, and I see you, Manny, too legit and baby cakes. I get it. The audio wasn't the best. I get it, big fella. We trying to give you what we can. But when you step on that court, all that outside noise, and I don't know how they do it, Jay, because when I'm going through something, I carry it with me wherever I'm at, bro. Seriously.
You lying, man. I wouldn't think so.
I'm carrying it with, during the broadcast, during timeouts, I'm looking at my phone and everything. But when they're on, and De'Aaron talked about it, you got to block out all that noise, man.
Dust to settle.
I'm at the point now, too, where it ain't no excuses.
For the players?
For the players.
Okay.
It ain't no excuses no more. Like, they done dug themselves this hole, Jay. We could talk about Mike Brown, rotations, substitution patterns, X's and O's, not changing up the defense or the offense. We can't use that as an excuse. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to go a little rogue here.
Okay.
Give me my music, Jay. Give me my music, big fella.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Here's the thing, Kings fans. Mike Brown is gone. We can't talk about the rotations. We can't talk about the X's and O's. We can't talk about what's Mike have against Keon Ellis, But how come he's playing this guy? How come he ain't changing up the defense? How come we not running the zone or doubling guys? We can't use that as an excuse anymore. This team has dug itself a hole, 14-19. And I know the schedule coming up, Jay. I know they got Milwaukee. Yep. I know they got Boston. Yep. They got a tough Miami game. Houston. They got tough games coming up. I get that. But because you lost earlier games you should have won, you can't give away games anymore. And if I'm being real, Jay.
Don't be fake, Drake.
I gotta be real, but it's time for everybody to sack the hell up. I don't want to hear, well, De'Aaron's distracted because of the contract or the coaching situation is distracting us. We're at a point of the season now, Kings fans, to Jay's point earlier, we just got to win. It can't be because of injuries. It can't be because of referees. It can't be because of the roster. This team is good enough right now to string together some wins. We can't use Mike as an excuse no more. We can't use, well, Keon's not. Doug's already come in and said, these are my 9 guys. We've already seen it through the first 2 games, Doug's rotation. And here's the thing, Sacramento Kings fans. We've seen this team play at a high level. So when I know you can get an A in math, Nick and Quinn at the crib. When I know you can get straight A's. When I know you can make your bed every morning. When I know you can clean your dishes and put them in the dishwasher after you eat. When I know you can take your shoes upstairs after you're done with them. When I know you can pick up your socks and not leave them on the middle of the floor. I'm going to hold you to that standard. And that's where I feel like we are at with the Sacramento Kings. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to make every shot. But to Doug's point, you got to play hard. When I know you can play hard, when I know you can battle out there, when I know you can dive on the floor, when I know you can box out, I need to see it. There's no excuses not to have that happen. And I think that's what Doug's talking. Doug said the one thing that's inexcusable he can't allow is for this team not to compete. And I think when we see the compete level like we did last night, good things will happen. The shots may not always fall. Jay, I'm looking at it right here. They were 10 of 32.
Yeah, they ain't shooting well.
They shot 42% from the field and won a basketball game by 10 points. We know it's in them. And do we need Monty to go out there and make some moves, hopefully improve on the margins? Yes, we would all like that. But the talent is good enough to beat Philly tomorrow, to handle Memphis on Friday, to go down to Golden State on Sunday, to come back home on Monday and beat Miami. This team is good enough. We've seen them play at a high level. For my money, Jay, all the outside noise, I got to get it out of my head, bro. I feel like last night's game was the sage that we needed.
Got your Kyrie Irving on?
Got your Kyrie Irving on. It's like wearing the same clothes for 5 days in a row and you wonder why you stink and smell.
It's called hustling, Draper. Okay, never mind.
You out here grinding. It's because you didn't shower. Well, the team showered last night, Jay. They had the loofah brush out on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking, the loofah, you know, the little thing that you scrub on you. They had that last night.
Did they have the one with the extended
with the handle?
Yeah, where you get your back.
That's what last night was. And so for people who say, Drapes, you're getting too excited over one win. It's just against the depleted Mavs team. But I'm talking about what it can do psychologically. It's like putting on some new clothes. It's like getting a fresh haircut. It's like getting a hot shower. You come out and you feel better about yourself. That's what I'm hoping last night's game did for us. Because let's keep it real, Jay. The losses were piling up. The Mike Brown situation happened, and it fell down. It felt like And I'm not even talking I'm talking about the city, the fan base. I had people text me, Drapes, I'm selling my season tickets. Damn. I don't even want to go.
Whoa.
I feel like last night's win against Dallas gave us a little bit of renewed hope. I understand it wasn't against Kyrie and Luka, but it was a win. It was an encouraging sign. We were at a point now and then where we just needed wins. We needed some positivity, and we got that. And here's the thing, Jay. I've always said momentum can go both ways. We done had some negative momentum for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Now I feel and hope last night starts our positive momentum. You know what I mean? That's how I'm trying to view it as. I'm not saying I'm hanging a banner off of one win against Dallas. I'm not saying we're title contenders off of 48 minutes against Quentin Grimes and Daniel Gafford and Jaden Hardy. I'm saying it's the start of hopefully the turn of the tide, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I like it, man. You're not a half glass empty, you're a half glass full guy.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And so
exactly.
I like that. I will say this to take a quick step back. Sound like me and you got some same issues with some of our with our children, man. Take them shoes upstairs. But yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I'm talking about there, right?
I do, man. I'm with you. There has to be, and I know there's always, as they say, the Debbie Downer Drapes. There's always going to be a Kings fan. There's always going to be a hater. There's always going to be a person saying, man, that came with an asterisk. That's cool.
Right.
No problem.
All right.
But I just challenge Kings fans to say this. I mean, to come here, 916-339, or within your own confinements of your own home. At what point do you tell yourself as a Kings fan, we got to start thinking a little more positive. We have to turn something around and we need to move forward. What is done is done. And that's what you talked about with De'Aaron Fox. No matter who, what, where, and why. I'm not asking people to forget. Don't forget. Don't forget where you come from. 16 years of not making the playoffs, struggling years, things not happening. I'm not asking you to forget that. Keep that in the back of your mind. But we got to move forward.
Right.
And that's what we're saying. And if it's not today for you, no problem. If it's not tomorrow for you, no problem. But I'll tell you this much. If the Kings start making some things work and some positive things start to come out and some wins start to, you start to see some wins hit the board, don't be that person that come around. Don't be the person that come around. So jump on the board now.
Right.
And I'm not questioning your fandom, because I know what happens. Kings fans, man, we get real fragile real quick.
With people,
And again, I said it's the psyche of Kings fans because we've been stomped on, we've been kicked down, we've been in the mud for so long.
Right.
So I'm here to say there's something on the end of this, and whatever that is, if it's at the end of the season, you come here and you call and say, Jay, man, I know you tried to bring some positivity to the table and we still got smacked around and it didn't happen. I'll take all the heat.
Exactly.
I'm not running from none of that.
Exactly. That's Drapes Takes, Jay. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
Nah, and that's what I'm talking about, though, with last night and going forward. And to your point, Jay, it's like extending an invitation to somebody. It's like inviting them over for dinner every day, and they keep turning you down. Nah.
Sound like Whitey turning down golf invites.
Golf invites, Sac State games, everything. Eventually, we ain't going to invite you to the cookout no more. And then you can't get mad at us and say, oh, bro. What I'm saying, Kings fans, is I get 16 years of frustration. But damn, we just have 48 wins and 46 wins. I can look on paper at this roster and say it's better than anything we had, at least in my time before the Beam team first came along. Like when I first got here, and this is something that we talked about earlier, Jay, we had G League guys that shouldn't even be in the league on the roster. You know what I mean? It's not like we Washington right now.
Nah.
It's not like we're struggling for, we don't have any useful players or anything like that. We got 3 potential All-Stars, 3 potential Hall of Famers. We got some good players. We got talent on this team. And that goes to what Monty and Wes, they feel like the core is good. You need to add some things, sure. When I said before, too, it's time to sack up and play.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking. You're good enough. We've seen flashes that they are good enough. And I said it about 3 weeks ago, and maybe I was crazy at the time, Jay. Maybe I was. But I felt like the team was close. And then it just spiraled, it just went the other way. But I still feel if you could change the negative momentum, shots will start falling. Because right now, guys are playing tight.
Yeah.
Got the weight of the world on their shoulders and everything.
You can see it, man.
You can see it out there.
You can definitely see, especially at home.
Right.
Especially at home. It might be one of those things where, to say home cooking, and we know the Kings haven't held court at the G1C since the G1C has been built, to be completely honest. But it may be one of those things they might need to gel on the road a little more.
Right.
They might have to depend on themselves a little more and not on these fans, which have been doing, spectacular things for 40 years. And, it may take something like that moving forward. I'm not sure. We're just spitballing, but I'll say this. We're at a potential time in this season where prior to this losing streak, there was a winning streak. And I didn't hear a lot of people talking about, they beat Portland.
Right.
We
had won 4 out of 5.
We were celebrating.
Yeah.
People coming up. Well, Scoot's a good ball player, and they got Ayton and Jeremy Grant. So there are ups and downs in the season. There was an up. This is a down. Unfortunately, it costs the head coach their position.
Right.
If moving forward, changes are made in attitude, confidence, players, belief, and player movement from the front office, I'll be the first one to come right here and say something's got to be done. I'm hoping, I'm wishful thinking. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm telling the truth, whatever you want to call it. This team is not where it needs to be. No one's sugarcoating none of that.
Right.
This team's got to be better from the star to the end of the bench, from the head coach to the intern, to the social media who didn't post some of the things they probably could have posted last night. I was looking for a little more inside information from the Kings, but it is what it is. I understand. There's some critical things going on over there, and they trying to keep it all in family. But let's move forward with the fact that this team has an opportunity. And that's what I'm saying. There is an opportunity, and I think that's what you're saying, for this team to be better, and they're not out of it. Now, when they're out of it, again, I'll be the first one to say, yeah, Drapes, I get it, brother. I know you have glass full guys.
Right.
But that 15 and 40 team ain't getting it done. We're out of it.
Right.
But right now, you're still in the thick of things.
You're still in the fight.
Man, the Warriors just lost last night.
Warriors are struggling, yo. They are struggling. They lost 3. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Their record's worse than that over their last 20 or so. Phoenix is going through it right now.
Yes, they are.
They're reeling right now. Minnesota hasn't found it yet. You know what I mean? So everybody's going through some issues. And so now is not the time to jump ship or, this season's lost. Or there's 49. As my boy Tony Ray Harvey, he's always on our YouTube chat. Shout out to Tony Ray, our guy. He said 49 games, plenty of time to turn things around. 49 is enough time to get things done. 100, Tony Ray Harvey said.
Yeah,
easy.
49. If they went 49-0, you're cooking.
Right? Who knows? Dog, go on a nice little 10-game win streak. It's going to be tough, but that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of games left to be played. Jay, we got to take a quick break, man. We'll be back. We'll continue to talk about the Kings. We'll talk about 2024 as well. Talk about some of the great things that happened, some of the biggest stories in Northern California over this last 365 days. You're listening to The Drive, guys, with Drapes and Jay here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you'll take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. ¿Vos está pronto?
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Every school day was a vaping day for me. It wasn't a social thing anymore. Suddenly it became something I was doing independently every day. Recently, I was sitting next to somebody on the freeway and I saw them vaping. I was like, wow, is that what I look like? And that didn't sit too well with me. That image has been a big motivation to quit.
No quit story is the same. For free support, text Kick Nicotine to 66819 today.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
It's the year-end sell-a-thon at Folsom Lake Ford. Get last chance year-end savings on your favorite new Ford models. Low payments and even 0% financing with approved credit. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeFord.com.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Final half hour here of the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports, 11:40. Happy New Year, everybody. Sure, everybody going to hopefully celebrate in a safe way. I'm going to lay down my night for you, big fella, because I ain't going to be out in them streets tonight, man. I'm going to be laying low. Gonna get off here, go home, grab the kids, get some dinner at McCooney and Folsom. That's what the kids wanted tonight. So I said, all right, I'm going to slide through. Your boy is starving too, starving like Marvin right now. So I'm going to chow down. Got my boy Lim tomorrow on the workout. So I'm working out with Lim tomorrow. So I'm going to go ham tonight just because, you know what I mean? It's the last day of the year. I'll tell you straight up, Lim, your boy is going ham. I'm starving right now. But then
new quality, what is it? Offensive quality control.
Oh, yeah, offensive quality control. Shout out to Lim, yeah. Joining the football staff over there. New head coach over there at Sac State. I'll talk to him about that tomorrow. But also, Jay, tonight I'm going to get some ice cream with the kids.
Yeah.
I'll see what they want to do. We can do handles. We can do Leatherby's, Gunther's. Maybe take a ride in and check that out.
No doubt. You ever been to Parliament?
Nah, where's that at?
Like right off of Watt and Fair Oaks.
That's a good spot?
Yeah, a little further back. Yeah, I'm thinking of side street. I can't look at it right in my mind. But yeah, not too far off of Watt and Fair Oaks in that area, Parliament.
What's your number one? Is that your number one? Or?
Ooh, that's tough.
Ooh, yeah.
Ice cream spot in the city, number one? Goodness gracious, Drapes, you putting pressure on me like a king, a Sacramento King right now.
I know, right?
Because I know I'm going to say one or two, and I'm missing a few mom and pop joints that I'm overlooking off the top of my scalp right now.
See, because here's the thing. You want to say one.
Yeah.
Then everybody going to be like, oh, what about this one, Jay? You forgot about that and everything. Here's the ones I've been to.
Okay.
Leatherby's.
Yeah. Which one?
Citrus Heights.
Okay.
Folsom.
Yeah. Okay.
Gunther's.
Okay. Shouts out Gunther's.
Handles.
Straight up Handles.
Where else? Kids like, what's the other
Cold Stone
one? Cold Stone. Been there, done that.
Cream.
I ain't been to Cream.
Okay.
Ain't been to that one. My tops, I actually like Leatherby's. Because it's a little more creamy to me or something. There's something about it, yeah.
You know what, Leatherby's too? You get way more bang for your buck, man.
Yeah, see?
For me, it's probably Leatherby's. I was gonna say Leatherby's, but I know I'm missing somebody's.
Yeah,
I know I'm missing. There's one I'm missing somewhere, and I'm forgetting it, so I apologize. I apologize to somebody, but yeah, there's so many of them, and that's a great thing for me. Look, I'm looking at one in West Sac, and I can't think.
Oh, West Sac one, huh? Dang. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna go to one of those places, or are they gonna be like, Dad, let's just go and make our own? You know, buy some ice cream, get all the toppings and everything, have like a ice cream bar. But then we doing game night at the Draper household. Me and the kids.
Now, what kind of what are we talking here?
Well, here's the thing.
Are we talking board game night, combination of Xbox, PS5? Like, where are we going?
My son lives on the Xbox. So I'm like, let's have game night, you know? And they're like, all right, let's play the game of life. They want to play life.
On the Xbox.
On the freaking Xbox.
Gotcha.
You ever played it on there? You ever seen it? But it's on the Xbox.
Yeah, these kids.
And I'm like, come on, man. Don't you want to spin the little wheel and everything? That thing go.
Get your little pink or blue.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to play some life on the Xbox, but also Monopoly.
I love Monopoly. I'm a Monopoly guy. And you got to be
good?
Oh, yeah.
We might have to challenge. Come on, bro.
Y'all got to come from a hustle background.
Come on, bro.
What you talking about here?
I'm always wheeling and dealing out there.
I haven't always been blessed to be have a job, right? But I'm more of a. Do you play Monopoly Go?
Sometimes, not.
It ain't for me.
It ain't for me. I was gonna say it ain't for me. It's not. For some reason, it ain't the same
scheme of Monopoly.
Yeah,
That's why it says Go. But I've played Monopoly online. I've played Monopoly on Xbox as well. One thing about Monopoly, Drapes, and this is, I'm gonna test your Monopoly skills.
Okay.
You have to be able to dig in for the long haul.
Yes.
Because one thing about Monopoly, it's like poker. And I'm not a poker guy, but when you talk to people who play poker, you have to be able to outlast other people patient.
Ooh,
you gotta be very patient. Yeah, because a lot of times you playing 2-3 hours, and I'm not saying Monopoly, but I'm saying with poker, I've seen people, you look at World Series of Poker and stuff, that stuff is for days.
Yeah.
You gotta, even though there's breaks and things like that, you gotta be very patient in how you're operating. So same thing with Monopoly. You ain't getting out of here in 20 minutes. Let me tell you that. You ain't getting out of here. I'm manipulating, you know what I mean? I'm jumping around. Call me the realtor.
See, but let me ask you this. When the last time you played Monopoly with just adults?
That's a good question.
Because
long time.
It just hit me like, I feel like I'm pretty good. But then I realized, I'm hustling a 12-year-old. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jay? I'm hustling a 15-year-old. And so is it really like, are your skills, it's like dunking on a third grader? Like, yeah, you all world there, but when you come to the real league, how good are you going to be?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Because I don't remember the last time I played with first of all, and I know this sounds crazy, do all adults play Monopoly? Is there an all-adult league for Monopoly? I know it's
got to be. Somebody got to be doing it.
People got too much time on their hands at this point in life, but yeah.
Yeah, so, and I'm usually the type, I'm always buying purple. If I land, people like, I don't want purple. It's only $60. You only get $2 if somebody lands on it. But that's how you build the quick hotels. You know what I mean? I'm throwing them hotels up quickly. And I'm always the first one that has houses or hotels.
Attaboy.
And they bankrupt quickly on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You on that Baltic Ave.
Right. Baltic and Mediterranean, I will buy that with the quickness. Bro, because all you need is one little orange 500 and you got hotels on that thing. And so that's my strategy.
That's called paying bills monthly.
Right?
Either you, and I get it. Everybody has their strategy. I'm with you. Listen. You either going to pay me every single time you come around this joint 9 times out of 10.
Right.
I'll take your little change, but change sooner or later, you're going to have to keep paying them bills.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like paying rent.
That's it.
5 years later, you like, damn, I done paid $60,000 in rent. What the hell? Damn. Exactly. 916-339-1140. Let's get to the phone line. Jeremy is on line 1. Jeremy, thanks for calling up, man. You're on with Drapes and Jay. What say you?
Hey, what's up, Drapes and Jay?
What's up, man?
I just was like thinking about Jay was saying like we got to be positive, right? So think about this: wouldn't it be beautiful if it all came together with Doug Christie as a coach? And I wanted to say I'm sorry about Mike Brown, dude. Like I have lots of love for Mike Brown. It didn't go off the right way, but it would be beautiful if it all worked out with Doug Christie as the head coach. And I want to say one good thing that Doug Christie did last night was amazing. Fox trying to get thrown out of that game. Doug Christie popped up. Hey, get off the bench. Let's go. Let's get him out. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Have a good night. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too, Jeremy. Appreciate it, man. And that's one thing me and Jay were talking about earlier about Doug. His ability to cover for his players. De'Aaron was fired up like I ain't never seen before. I almost thought De'Aaron was going to get that second tech and got the heave-ho. But Doug stepped in, calmed him down. Same thing with Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter was pissed. He wanted to challenge and everything. He was fired up. DeMar DeRozan was heated. Doug calmed him down. And that's the thing. And he talked about it after the game. He talked about how he told his players he's going to take the heat from the officials, about how he wants them to stay locked in, how he wants them not to get out of sorts just because of the officiating. And as I'm watching Doug last night, I could see, first of all, how much he loves coaching, how much he loves being in the fight too. Like when you the top dog, you in it. You in the fight. Every possession matters to you. And I love watching Doug be in the fight again. Not quite as a player, we know that. But instructing guys who's picking him up, switching defenses on the fly. Give Doug and his staff, Luke Laux, Jay Triano, all those guys, a lot of credit because they were placed in a tough situation. But I feel them putting their stamp, their hands on this team. Now, we'll see what happens tomorrow night against a good Sixers team that's playing much better as of late, even without Joel Embiid. But I saw some encouraging things yesterday. Jay, we're going to take the final time out here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140. We'll get back to the phone lines, continue Kings talks. I also want to tell you my one thing from Northern California sports that stands out in 2024. My biggest story of the year that's coming back here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center wishing you a happy new year. 2025 starts off seasonably cool with temperatures in the low 40s Wednesday morning, afternoon highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's time to find your dream car at the Roseville Auto Mall. 17 award-winning dealers and the largest selection in Northern California. Now's the perfect time to save big during our end-of-year clearance sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know I'm a huge fan of their SUVs and sedans, but they also have a huge Vans Fleet Center. Listen up, business owners. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of tax deductions. They have the perfect van to power your fleet, including the new fully electric e-Sprinter alongside their very reliable diesel options. And even if you aren't a business owner, let's say you just want one for personal reasons. Maybe you want to go out on the town with the fellas or with the ladies, or maybe you want to take the kids on a road trip. Well, their vans are fully customizable. So check out Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now. You can choose from their dependable diesel models or even go all electric with the new e-Sprinter. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now and check out their fleet center. Or, of course, you can go online at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports 1140. Happy New Year, everyone. The countdown is on till 2025, our final segment of the year here on Sactown Sports 1140. It's been a great year with you guys. Obviously, talking all the Kings talk, Niners talk, A's talk as well. 2025 is shaping up to be a great year for Northern California sports. Got to give a shout out to Sac State and the moves they're making as well. And I'm looking at that Niners schedule, their opponents next year.
You just had to get
they might be going 17-0 with that cupcake schedule. I'm like, come on, man.
Here we go.
It's like the league feeling sorry for
like
the Niners.
Kings fans.
Nah, bro.
The opposite. You sounded like Kings fans the opposite.
Jay, keep it real. You saw that schedule.
I did. It's not.
Come
Listen,
on, man.
The NFL rotates by divisions. So it's not the 49ers' fault that they get some of the weaker divisions on paper next year. And we always know things change every single year. They still got to play the NFC West. And this the other part. For a long time, the 49ers would always play the Packers. They'd always play the Saints.
Yep.
You know, it was all. I felt like it was always one of those two. They play the Vikings quite a bit when you really sit back and look at the records as well, too. Bears a few times. I mean, why we can't play the Jags, man? Why can't we get the Jags? Why can't we get the Panthers here and there? Why can't we get the New York Giants?
Come on, man.
Why we always gotta play Green Bay?
Because that's rivalries.
Ain't Green Bay in our rival?
That's what people want to see. Back
The
in the
rival
day,
is the
Favre
Lions, the
Steve
Vikings,
Young,
and
and
the
those
Bears.
guys.
Nah, that man, we
In the
talking about
90s?
25 years ago. How was that rivalry?
Oh, man. This the kind of energy I want you to have, though, Jay. I'm putting it down here, December 31st, 2024.
Yep.
Clip this for Niners fans.
Okay. Super Bowl.
When your team is 12-1, 12-2, I want y'all to have the same energy as some of y'all had with my Sacramento Kings. We played a weak Colts team, or we played a weak Jets team, or you know what I mean? Like, you're 12-2 next year, I'm going to grade it on the curve. I'm telling you already. 12-2 with that schedule is more like 9-6, 9-7, something like. You know, it's not
as impressive.
It's not as 8-6. How about that?
Okay.
It's not as
Okay.
impressive.
I'll take it. Just like I said with the Kings, I don't care who the Kings play. If they win, they win. I'll take it.
Real quick, Jay, before I get to my top story of 2024, I got the power of radio. I knew the power of radio. But we were talking about ice cream, right? What's our favorite spots? We listed off some of them. I talked about how much I like Leatherby's. Guess who followed me on Instagram?
Don't tell me Leatherby's.
Leatherby's.
What? They listening?
And they said, thanks for the shout out. And I saw the message, Leatherby's. I'll get back to you in a second. But the power of radio, man.
Leatherby's is the truth, though. Because if you've never been to Leatherby's, and this is the thing. So, like, my wife is from the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't as familiar with Leatherby's. So, like, I remember one of the first times going to Leatherby's, you know, she jumps in there. And my wife loves coffee ice cream for whatever reason. That's her stilo.
All right.
It's not mine.
I used to like that.
But I will say this. Going against Leatherby's, Cold Stone has a killer ice cream, coffee ice cream, and my wife loves it. And she gets, I can't remember what the heck the thing is called, this creation over there. But she gets it, and I'm like, man, this is pretty good. I've never been a coffee guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink coffee at all. But I say that to say we walk into Leatherby's, you know, daughter grabs something. I'm like, get the single scoop. Get the single scoop.
Get the single?
I'm talking, because I'm telling my daughter this, right?
Okay.
And she's like, oh, it's a single scoop? Okay, maybe a double. I'm like, no, hear what I'm telling you. Get the single scoop. The single scoop is the double scoop. The double scoop is the triple scoop.
Really?
Yeah, man. Leatherby's go crazy.
That's the game.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, Leatherby's, how you know, about as long as your forearm. Damn. You know, if you go in there and get a creation of Leatherby's, like off the board, meaning, you know, a Sunday or some sorts of, you know, they got different names to it. Man, you be in there eating.
Really?
Your stomach is,
Damn.
Sometimes those things get huge.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So there used to be places around here, and hopefully Leatherby's ain't hearing this and give you
I know they're like, damn,
like
Jay.
Mr. Phipps,
Never heard
Fenton's. Yeah. Oh, there's Sacramento used to go hands down with ice cream.
Really?
Vicks ice cream. Oh, that's my other one. Vicks. Off of Riverside.
Okay.
I know I was forgetting something. Vicks ice cream off of Riverside. They go crazy too over in the Southland Park area.
Okay.
Yeah, down the street from Target. Yeah, man, right across from that's Valero, right,
Yeah.
Ramsey? Is that that's Valero? Yeah, man. That's
Vicks a good spot.
Oh, Vicks go crazy too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, this Sacramento, baby. We got it. Whatever you need.
You got
we
everything,
got it.
right?
Shouts
Exactly.
out to Leatherbees following Drake.
Yeah, they follow me on here, man. I'm going to give a follow back to Leatherbees right now. I got you, Leatherbees. All right, Jay, real quick here, man. We up against it. Got about 3-4 minutes. My big story of 2024 was going to say Mike Brown's firing. I think that's pretty massive. That's pretty big. But I'm going to go the A's relocation to Sacramento. And here's why. Because I'm not saying it just because of what it's going to do this upcoming year, the next 3 years. This could be a changing for the city. This for years to come. This could be, we talk about the Kings winning the game and how it could turn. This could be the idea of another major professional sports team calling home to Sacramento. This could be the beginning of that. Whether it's the A's going forward, whether it's expansion in MLS, WNBA, whatever. This move will put Sacramento on a bigger map, and I think the rewards from it will last farther and deeper than just, all right, the A's are playing here 81 games out of the year. I think that's massive, man. That's the big story of the year for me. Because when opening day comes, when you got an A's game and a Kings game going on at the same time, man, this city is going to be unbelievable. Man.
On fire, man.
On fire, man. When you got a day-night doubleheader, A's game maybe, or a mid-afternoon A's game, do that, and then bounce over to Golden One, like, all eyes are going to be. And don't let ESPN have the A's game, the Kings game, and then MLB Network have the A's game or something. Like, we talking about a national audience for two professional teams. I think that's going to be huge for us,
I'm with you, man. That was mine. I think for everything.
That was yours
too?
too?
Yeah, for everything
Really?
you said. There is Mike Brown, of course, is what has happened lately, but we're talking about an opportunity to house another organization.
Yeah,
and we don't know how it's going to shake out, how it's going to play out, but when you're talking about an opportunity to garner one of be 32,
yep,
that's huge.
That's huge,
especially if they. Like I'm calling the Sacramento A's. I get it. I understand, there's some legality situations they still trying to work out. But if they turn into permanently the Sacramento A's, looking back at how it begun,
yeah,
the first stone in the ground,
you're right?
Yeah, this gonna be huge.
That's something it's going to change the face of the city, man, and our profile. It's going to be huge, man. Looking forward to it. Baseball season. Pitchers and catchers reporting February, first games late March, early April. Of course, we'll be covering it all right here through 2025 on Sactown Sports 1140. For Jay Whitey, who's on vacation, I'm Drapes. Thanks for joining the drive, guys, for 2024. We'll see you in 2025. Sacramento, stand up. What we got next, Jay?
Golf to go, baby.
Golf to go is coming up next. The drive, guys, we'll see you in 2025.